and the Venmo Cash App. Anyway, I'm just happy to be back. Happy to be back. I think this hoodie's material is actually too thick. I think I gotta just there we go. I think it's too thick. I can't hear enough. Let me turn this. Hold on. All right, now we're ready. Listen, it's no secret what we're doing here. Can this guy get the hell out of here? Sorry, somebody was requesting me to go live. It's no secret that what we're doing here tonight. So if you are MAGA, if you classify yourself as a Republican, if you classify yourself as a Trump supporter, if you classify yourself as somebody who doesn't like Joe Biden or Kamala Harris or Democrats, you like Republicans generally. Look at this person in the chat. Wow, I hope this person comes up. If you're one of those people, why don't you come on up here and we can talk and you can tell me why on earth, how it's possible that you support Donald Trump. It makes no sense. But we'll get into it, shall we? Also, I don't know if Anna's here, so potentially this turns into an edit, what I'm about to say. But last night I was very mean to people. I wasn't, if you were here, I don't know how many of you were here last night, but I was not in the mood to talk to MAGA. They were really annoying to me. I mean, we had somebody saying they want to attack Mexico, somebody saying that they think Donald Trump wakes up and goes to bed thinking about America. I'm like, okay, tonight I'll be nice. I'll be nice to these people. I'll be nice, and we're gonna go from there. I'm gonna be so nice to MAGA tonight. I'm gonna be so nice to MAGA. I'm gonna be so nice, and by that I'm not gonna be like so nice. I'm just not gonna. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's bring up Alex. We'll see about that. Well, yeah, we will. If somebody tells me they want to drone strike Mexico again, I don't know if I can. All right, Alex, what's going on?
I'm not actually MAGA, but I wanted to ask, what's your view? What's your candidate for 2028?
I don't know. We'll have to see. I think there's some great people like Shapiro, Newsom, Whitmer, Harris. If she wants to run again, I think there's some.
Who do you think is like best place to win?
I don't know. I think it's really, really way too early to tell.
They're getting Vance because it's going to be Vance, isn't it?
Well, you mean for the Republicans?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd probably be Vance. Yeah.
What do you think of the Facebook thing today?
I'm not a fan of it. I think that the fact checking is necessary. So I'm kind of sad that they're doing away with it and kind of like bowing down to Donald Trump. It's a shame. So anyway, all right. You have a good night. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
British. Yeah, definitely British. Definitely British. By the way, somebody already Venmo'd. I think it was Sid. Sid, yo, I appreciate you. Thank you for the $2. Manifesting the TikTok ban curse that's been going on today doesn't happen to you. I've heard that people have been getting banned like immediately. Kaya, thanks for the $1. Just got my first job. I'm so excited. Oh my God, you're so amazing. Congratulations. You're going to do great. You'll have a terrific time. If you're MAGA, let me know in the chat. I'll bring you up and we can talk. Let's bring up Katie Marie. She's sitting at the top of the box. Again, only request up if you're MAGA. Katie, hello, are you here? I don't know if she's here. And thanks for the $2 as well. Ooh, she's not here. Oh, fuck. She just came back as soon as I kicked her. Whatever. We'll live. If she wants to come back, she can come back. But anyway, if you are MAGA, you're welcome to come up and we can talk. Just tell me in the chat and we'll get you up here. I just saw somebody with the craziest bio I've ever seen, so I'm going to pretend like I didn't see that, and we're going to move on. I'm going to bring up Grant. Grant's down here. Let's see what he has to say. Hello? You good, bro. You good. I think you need to go find a hobby, man. I think you need to go find a hobby. I think you need to go find a hobby, big dog. I think there has to be something else out there for you, man. This ain't you. This ain't you. You be good now. Hey, you be all right now. You be all right on out there.
Yo, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. 1 second. Make sure to drop a follow if you haven't already. Also, double tap the screen. We're already at 100,000 likes. Let's try to get to 200,000. And of course, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link in bio if you want to support the live. Anyway, what's going on, man? Why'd you vote for Donald Trump?
I was on yesterday, but we were talking.
This username?
Yeah. I was last night. Remember?
What were we talking about?
We were talking about why I voted for Trump. Like I was like I said because my dad was like telling me it was the best idea, and you said,
"Oh God, yeah,
I mean, I wasn't being disrespectful or anything. Like, I don't think I got you angry. Like the other people.
No. I mean, do you have anything to say tonight that you didn't
I
last
was gonna
night?
talk about I had it. I forgot, dude. I'm trying to remember. I was gonna bring up something you said from yesterday, but I'm trying to remember.
Well, I can drop you and you can come back later if you do.
Yeah, do that. 'Cause I had a good point, but I kind of forgot. All right, see you later.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Do your thing. Peace, man.
Thank you.
I didn't even honestly. I feel like he had a different profile picture yesterday. No. I feel like it was a different profile picture. Anyway, all right. If you're MAGA, let me know in the chat. I'll bring you up, and we can talk. Who? What? Sorry, there's a crazy username there. I want to read my MAGA friend's text to you and dispute the points. I think we could do that probably. I think we could probably do that at some point. Where's this Taylor person? They keep saying they're MAGA in the chat. Well, I can't find them. But they're not requesting up at least. This guy says he's MAGA. Let's get him up here. What's going on, man?
How you doing? You're doing good.
Yeah, aren't you that guy that like trolled Chris and I a long time ago?
No, that's not me. Damn.
Are you sure, bro? I feel like that might be you.
Y'all still remember me, bro? That shit crazy.
Of course I remember you, bro.
All right, damn. I ain't gonna do it this time, but damn. All right, man. You have a good one, man.
Hey, I appreciate you, man. Hey, I appreciate that guy. Yeah, no, that guy, dude, that guy. First of all, can this person in the chat right here, Juju Beans, why don't you come up here? You don't have live access, so I can't invite you. How about you come and join? You keep talking in the chat. Golly, Taylor Swift, isn't that the name of a A$AP Rocky song? It's spelled exactly like that.
Yeah, but I'm also a Swiftie.
Oh, okay. So I'm assuming that means you're not MAGA.
No.
You're not MAGA.
Nah, I just want to say hi.
Well, hello.
And my friend, she's in love with you.
Well, tell your friend I said I love her back and I appreciate her.
She's right here. Talk to him.
Hi, Harry. I love you.
I love you back. Thank you so much for the support. All right, y'all have a good time, man. Y'all be all right. These poor people, man. These poor people, man. These poor people. Anyway, if you're MAGA, that was sweet. I appreciate those people. If you're MAGA, let me know in the chat, and I'll get you up here and we could talk. Let's bring up Abe. We're speedrunning guests right now. What's going on, man? Just gonna stay silent.
Hello?
We can like hear the background. You know what I'm saying? All right, word. Get on out of here. All right, let's bring up. Not that guy. That guy's bio is insane. You know, sometimes I check their bios. You know, just to be safe first, because some of these people are. Wow. Sorry, I have to like try to vet people now. To a degree, you know, as much as we can, because they're crazy. All right, let's bring up this guy. Let's bring up Luke. Oh, look at this guy.
What's up? Okay, so I'm not MAGA, but I have a talent.
Oh God, what the fuck, bro? What the hell is your talent? If it's worthwhile, you can stay and do it. That's what you're insinuating. If it's not, you can't.
I can play guitar.
Okay. I feel like there's something wrong here, but okay.
There's nothing. Okay, let me just grab it. It's right here. Okay, ready?
Something wrong.
Do you know what song that is? Do you know Pearl Jam? No.
Nah, there has to be something wrong. Well, listen. I dropped him because I don't know what song that is. But like, it was good. Give it up for that guy. Clap for that guy. That was good. I
Hello, mate. How's it going?
what are you, Irish?
No, I'm English.
English. Yeah, I don't think you can vote for Donald Trump, my man.
No, I can't. I can't vote for Donald Trump, but I do have an opinion on him being president. I believe he did a lot in his first term. To be honest.
Do you like Keir Starmer?
No, not really. I'm not a Labour supporter myself.
What, were you a Boris Johnson guy?
No. I go completely different route to the normal that we have in the UK. So I'm not Labour. I'm not Conservative. I'm not Lib Democrats. I'm none of those. I go for a party, believe it or not, called the Monster Raving Loony Party. It's
Yeah, and I'm Jamar Chase. I play wide receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals, and I'm playing in the NFL. So, and I'm super fi. So, I'm Jamar Chase. So. I mean, if we're just like making up stuff right now, that can't be. Listen, I'm no expert in UK politics. I have a general understanding, but no expert to the point where I could like name every party. But that can't be a real party. If it is a real party, then wow.
Can you hear
Hello,
me?
you said you're MAGA?
Yeah.
Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, so why'd you do that?
Because of tariffs.
Yeah, you're lying.
Why? Why would you think I was lying?
Because I can tell by the tone of your voice and the fact that you said tariffs is the reason you're voting for Donald Trump. Like, yeah, you're lying.
No, tariffs are good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, why?
Because what if we got into a war with another country?
What if we got into it? What does that have to do with tariffs?
Well, that means we would be more independent with America.
Wait, first of all, how old are you?
I'm 19.
You're 19. So sorry, say that again.
Because if we got into war with someone, like let's say we got into war with Canada or we got into war with China, we would need them less, and we would need we would just like need them less.
If we got into a war with Canada, isn't that like only a possibility with Donald Trump? Like Joe Biden and Kamala Harris never thought of invading Canada.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I needed that. I
You
actually
needed-
vote for him. Because, like, I'm trying to take notes because I want to be a debater like you.
Oh wait, there's better arguments in response to that though.
Oh, could you tell me them?
Yeah. So wait, has somebody said to you that in case we get into a war?
Yeah, that's what my brother said to me when we were debating.
What I would argue to him is that we, the United States, quite literally do not have the capacity to manufacture everything that we use here in the United States. And there's some things that we just like don't grow. So for example, you don't see cocoa trees in Detroit, right? That's just one example, but there's plenty of things that we can't actually make here or don't have the capacity to, or there's not an economic possibility of doing it in the sense that somebody would make money doing it here. So it's like impossible for us to just like move our manufacturing from China to the United States in its entirety. So that would be my argument generally to that.
Okay, thank you so much because my brother's like really, really smart. Anyways, I'm in love with you. So
I appreciate you. Debunk your brother, okay? You got this. I have full faith.
yes, sir.
I appreciate you. Have a good one. Oh, man. Ellie, thanks for the $1.95. Hi, Harry. I'm so glad you're live tonight. I'm having a pretty rough mental health day, but feeling better now that you're live. I ordered a sweatshirt of you that says, "Don't diss the sis." Hold on. Well, first of all, I hope you're doing okay today, but hold on. Who's selling hoodies that says that? Who's selling hoodies that says that? I'm not selling. I'm not selling hoodies. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. Maybe like follow up with me on that because I kind of. Anyway, well, it's not my claim. I don't have it copyrighted. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Sophia, thanks for the $10. Harry, I'm from the Taylor Swift request a few minutes ago. I'm sorry I didn't want to request up. You're live. My friend did. I'm such a big fan. I love you. Well, Sophia, again, I love you back. Thank you for being here. And you're very kind. And I thank you and your friend for watching. It's very nice. Wait, hold on. Hold on. This guy's saying he's back. We'll give him a shot again. Kendall, thanks for the $5. I just want to say thank you for the community you've helped create. Without you and the others, I wouldn't have had the knowledge I do now and the confidence to debate my bigoted family members. Well, Kendall, just like I said to the previous guest, I have full faith in you to go debunk your crazy family. So you're going to do great. And I appreciate you and the support. Kira, thanks for the $1. Hi, Harry. I'm really anxious. Do you think Trump could actually take Greenland by military force, and what would happen? I don't know what would happen, given the fact that they're a NATO country. And I can't, I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. I don't know. Sommer, thanks for the $3. Going to start going on dates with MAGA and make them debate you. Also, don't stop being mean to them, please. Oh, don't worry, Sommer. There's a time and a place for being mean to MAGA. And that sounds fun. Ashley, thanks for the $5. Staying in my car alone, evacuated from the massive SoCal fire. So glad you came on. Love spending the evening on your live. Thanks for keeping me company. Ashley, I'm so sorry to hear that. If there's anything I can do to assist you, please reach out. That's terrible. I'm really sorry to hear that, and I hope you're doing okay over there in California. It's really nasty. Tatiana, thanks for the $5. MAGA has Harry derangement. They do. Brooke, thanks for the $1. Is cutting individual tax in Kentucky good or bad? Individual income tax. It can be good for certain people, like I would say middle-class workers. Evelyn, thanks for the $4. I just wanted to say hi and run for president in 2032. I won't be old enough in 2032. But when's the 20? I won't be old. 40. 36? Possibly 36, but most likely 40. Nick H., thanks for the $3. Can you debunk the FBI agents at January 6th? Yeah, there were no FBI agents at January 6th. And there was just a recent report that came out from an outside watch group that confirmed this, that looked into this. I can cite that specific report. It'll probably come up later tonight at some point. Anyway. All right, Abe, what's going on, man?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. You vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, I did.
What a disaster. Oh, that's a real shame. Why'd you do that?
No, come on. There's worse things than that.
Well, in this election, there was actually nothing worse than that.
You think so?
Yeah, no, I think so, yes.
Well, I mean, the majority of the country felt otherwise, but...
Majority of the country did not vote for Donald Trump.
So, my question for you, I'm not a fan of yours, but I don't know you, so I'm not going to judge you. But I want to know, what is your main thing against Trump?
Well, I don't know if I can pick just one. There's quite a bit I have against Donald Trump.
Pick 100 if you want to.
Okay, felon, abuser, business fraudster, 3-time indicted in other jurisdictions other than New York City on very serious crimes of which he's trying to cover up as we speak right now by preventing the DOJ from releasing a comprehensive report on all the evidence they have against Donald Trump. It's really just slimy crap. And then when he was president, he didn't do anything. He gave tax cuts to the wealthy, mishandled the pandemic, and tried to overturn an election. He didn't win. All of that. Ugh. Really gross. And then now he's trying to do things like mass deportations, more tax cuts for the wealthy, as if Jeff Bezos needs another yacht or another beach house, along with many other really terrible policies that he's running on right now. And of course, I forgot to mention the overturning of Roe v. Wade that was caused by him, leading tens of thousands of women, millions perhaps, without rights, and tens of thousands being subjected to really gross conditions and whatnot. So,
okay. So, with all that, do you have any good things to say about what Joe Biden has done?
Yes, I have a lot of good things to say about what Joe Biden has done. The American Rescue, you're going to get me going here. The American Rescue Plan, the bipartisan infrastructure deal, which was the largest infrastructure deal since Eisenhower's highway system, the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, the first piece of major gun legislation in 30 years, which, by the way, Republicans voted for, the PACT Act, expanding health care for veterans who were exposed to toxic burn pits abroad, the CHIPS Act, these little chips that we have in our phones that run our phones, our dishwashers, our printers, all that stuff. Normally we make them abroad. Now we're making them here in the United States. It's projected to go up on the global scale in terms of how much we are accounting for the amount of chips produced around the world. He restarted the Cancer Moonshot program, which invests in reducing the amount of cancer deaths by 50% in the coming decades. It looks to expand therapeutics and screenings to people in lower income areas that don't have access to those screenings. Because right now, one of the biggest causes of somebody's death by cancer is the fact that they didn't get it screened early enough. We have really great methods for treating if it's caught in like stage 1 and stage 2. It's just that people don't have enough money to go to the doctor to get a screening, and then they screen when it's too late. Along with a number of other things like Joe Biden did, like Ketanji Brown Jackson on the Supreme Court, the most diverse judiciary appointments in American history, appointing more federal judges than Donald Trump. List can go on.
Okay, so with the pardon of his son, what was the point of the leftist media bringing up over and over again that he would not?
Because, hold on one second, I'm just, sorry, I'm texting somebody back. Texting Chris back, actually, for everybody that's wondering. It's because Joe Biden had previously said that he's not going to pardon his son. That was the position of the Biden administration. But then Donald Trump got elected and he appointed somebody named Kash Patel to lead the FBI. And Kash Patel has said that he wants to go after his political opponents and jail them. He even released a book referring to he released a book referring to Donald Trump as a king. So not great. So circumstances change.
Yeah, okay, so Kash Patel only sounds like trouble to the left to me, is from everything that I'm reading about.
Well, yes, I mean, since he's saying he wants to go after his political opponents, I would say that'd be very problematic. By the way, if there was like somebody up for the FBI that a Democrat appointed and they were saying that they're going to go after their conservative opponents or political opponents generally, I'd say that's bad.
Like they didn't do that to Donald Trump?
No, they did not. No, there's just ample evidence to suggest that Donald Trump broke the law in the other cases. And of course, he was convicted in the New York City case.
Okay, so the 30-something...
4.
Yeah, 34 convictions. That wasn't appointed and it wasn't intentional.
What? It wasn't appointed? What does that mean?
The convictions appointed by the left to convict Donald Trump, that wasn't circumstance.
What are you talking about? There's no a conviction cannot be appointed. I don't even know what that means. This was a conviction that was done by a jury of Donald Trump's peers, a jury that I might add that Donald Trump helped select.
Okay, so Fani Willis from
not
Georgia.
Fani Willis. She was not the DA there.
I know, but the other convictions, you're telling me that they weren't intentional.
I mean, they were definitely intentional in the fact that like they didn't accidentally indict Donald Trump, but they just had a bunch of evidence to do that.
And how many of that has stuck?
I mean, all of them stuck until Donald Trump got elected president, and now the cases, at least the federal cases from the Department of Justice, have had to wind down because of sitting DOJ precedent. But the Georgia cases are still going forward. I mean, barring anything changing, Donald Trump will probably still face prosecution in Georgia once he leaves office, or at least that's the hope.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to be like realistic. Like that's intentional. Like they went after an opponent. Period.
So I don't know why you keep saying intentional. Like, yes, they definitely meant to indict Donald Trump. It wasn't an accidental indictment. I don't know if that's ever been done before. But they just have ample evidence to suggest that Donald Trump broke the law. So whether it be in Georgia, whether it be in South Florida with Mar-a-Lago in the documents case, or be in D.C. with the January 6th election interference case, or in New York City, there's just a lot of evidence that Donald Trump broke the law. And I think it's shameful that we as a people, or many people in this country, looked at that evidence or chose not to look at that evidence and vote for him anyway.
No, like, dude, come on. Like, he had a case because he evaluated his property in Florida for millions of dollars, and they said it was way lower than what it was supposed to be valued at, which was not the case. Like, they're seriously throwing anything against the wall, hoping that it sticks, dude. And you know that's the truth.
So that's not, I mean, I don't even know where to start. So that case was not a criminal case. That was a civil case where the state of New York's claim was not that Donald Trump just inflated value of his properties in Florida. That was part of the case, but it was a wide-ranging case. So, for example, Donald Trump lied about a variety of things and inflated the value of a variety of different real estate properties that he owned, his wealth, his potential for wealth from certain properties. Like, he said that he was going to build thousands of apartments in Scotland and that he was going to make a bunch of money from it. He knew he couldn't. He lied about that to banks. He was saying that he was going to build these 7 huge mansions in upstate New York, and he was saying that in his tax filings the land was valued at over $150 million. But in reality, they knew that they were not going to build those mansions. They had an evaluator come out, given that fact, and they valued the land at $5 million. He lied. He inflated the value of his assets. He also said that his penthouse in New York City was over 30,000 square feet. It wasn't, not even close. It was around 11,000 square feet, which in New York City could be a significant difference in value. I mean, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars in real estate value. So when you do that, you lie to the banks and say, my property's worth this, and we've had it valued at that. But you know that to be false. That's fraud. And so he got found liable for fraud.
Yes, but that is the bank's due diligence to do their research, because yes, he is an investment man. He has land, he has property, but if he values his land more than what it is worth, then it is on the bank side to do their job to inspect and do all the research to make sure that he is actually truthful or not. So whether he says it or not, it's their job to determine whether that value is accurate or not.
So just out of curiosity, if you have a buddy and your buddy asks for $10,000 and they say that, I'm going to pay this $10,000 back because my house is worth this much and I have this much income every month. I'm just short on money right now. I need to I just need to pay something off. And you're like, yeah, sure. And then you realize that they were lying about everything. You're telling me that the law was not broken there, and they end up, lying to you about all the official things that they submitted to you for part of this loan. You're telling me that there was no crime?
No, because he's worth it. He has the money to cover it.
No. It's not about whether somebody has the money. I'm asking, if somebody said that my house was worth this much, my not my social security, my credit score is this, and I have this much money coming in at some point, I can pay you back, right? And you say, okay, yeah, based on the information you provided to me, I'm confident that you'll be able to pay me back. Turns out that person was lying about literally everything. Are you telling me that there was no crime?
So what is he going to default on?
No. It's not about whether he's going to default or not. I'm just asking, if you deceive in an attempt to get a better loan or anything, is that not a crime? Do you think it's legal to lie to banks?
So you want him to lose money on his land, or do you want him to break even?
I'm just asking you a simple question. I mean, do you think it's illegal? Because apparently the hypothetical didn't get through. Is it illegal to lie to banks?
Technically, yes.
Technically, what do you mean? Yeah, it's yes. The answer is yes. Okay. So if Donald Trump lied to the banks, as I just presented to you, that's against the law, right? I think I saw Chris here.
No.
That's no. Okay. So let me just understand. You just said that lying to the banks is against the law, but then when I add Donald Trump's name in there and say, if Donald Trump lies to the banks, is it against the law? You say, no, it's not against the law. No, it sounds like you might just be in a cult, buddy. I don't know.
No, it's not necessarily like that I like him as a person, but like as a businessman, it makes sense because you wouldn't want to sell your assets and break even. You would want to improve that asset if possible, and saying that it's worth, like, even if you were just selling a car, like even if your car is like a shit box, it's only worth like $10,000. You want to sell it for 12.
Yeah. So can I say that's not how that works. But can I ask you a question? ABE. Yeah. So you got a credit card, my man?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So do you remember? Do you mind like if I ask like what like credit card it is? Like maybe like Amex, Chase, I don't know, fucking Visa or something.
I'll send you the number, bud, if you want it.
All right, bro. Well, point being is, I assume you remember when you like filed that application. They asked how much money you make a year. You remember that part?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, right now you can go on your credit card app and you can hit. I want to update my yearly income. Why don't you just triple what you make right now? And maybe they'll give you a higher. They'll double whatever your credit limit is. Why don't you just do that right now?
Okay.
Yeah. So would that be against the law if you did that? Yeah, the answer is obviously yes. Like it's not on like if I go to my Amex app or I go walk into fucking Chase Bank tomorrow and I say I make $250,000 a year and they give me a credit card, it's not their responsibility to the responsibility of the bank to verify that is regardless. The point is that it's illegal for me to lie to a credit card company, and because they're taking unknowing risk. A lot of the business models for banks is like they're taking obviously risk by loaning money. And if they think that Chris Mowry makes $250,000 a year and they give me a $10,000 a month credit limit, but I make $50,000 a year, based on their mathematical formulas about taking risk and losing money, they're taking substantially more risk on me than they understand. And so I'm committing fraud, regardless of if I pay the money back or not. So,
okay, well, don't give me a credit card then.
Okay, so again, just back to the original point. If Donald Trump lied to banks about how much his properties were valued to get a better get a better rate on his loan or a lower interest rate, is that fraud?
Well, the value that he proposed, that the whole country blew up about, was it was worth X amount of money. And they thought it was worth less, and that was not the case.
No, it's not. Just to be clear, it's not that Donald Trump just thought that his properties were more expensive than they were. He had people evaluate his properties and then knowingly lied about the value of his properties.
Well,
and it's also just illegal to like say, oh yeah, I think my house is worth like $1 billion when it's not.
Well, I understand that, but if you don't want it, then don't buy it.
What does that mean in relation to this?
If you sell your house for $1 billion and it's only worth 500 million, then no one has to buy it.
Yeah, dude, you're not like, you have like very little on it. I just don't think you're like understanding.
I don't think we're on the same plane.
Obviously, if someone wants to buy if somebody wants to buy your house for $1 billion, but it's not worth $1 billion, no one cares. They can do that. The point here is that like if you go to a bank for a loan and you say, my property or my business is valuated at 100 times what it actually is, you're knowingly lying about the valuation. The bank may give you a more favorable loan amount. They may give you more money, a lower interest rate, maybe over a different period of time than they would have otherwise, because they think that your property is worth 100 times what it actually is. So the bank is taking an unknowing risk by giving you money, and they're also losing money because maybe they would have given you a higher interest rate had you told them the truth. Does that make sense?
It's the bank's
This has nothing to do with buying and selling.
It's the due diligence.
So again, back to the original point. If you go to online right now and apply for a Discover credit card, and they say, how much money do you make a year? Why don't you just put $350,000 every time? You might make that, but let's just say you're like, we're all talking normal here. So why don't you just put $500,000 next time you apply for a credit card?
It's the due diligence of the bank.
Okay, so now I'm asking you why when you submitted your credit card application, you say you have a credit card. When you submitted your application, were you honest about how much money you made a year?
Yes.
Why?
Because I couldn't afford the interest on an X amount of money. But in his circumstances, he can. But I'm just saying it's the bank's due diligence.
Have you ever gotten a loan?
Yes.
Okay.
I went to college.
Did you lie to the bank when you?
Trust me.
What?
I went to college. I've got loans. Trust me.
Okay. Did you lie to the banks when you got those loans?
No.
Okay. Why didn't you lie to the banks?
Why did I lie?
No, why didn't you?
Because I was 18 and I was filling out a college application for loans.
And why else did you not lie to the banks?
Because I didn't know of the circumstances that could happen if so happened.
So, like, what might happen if you lie to the banks?
I mean, a lot of bad things could happen technically.
So what bad things could happen?
I mean, jail time.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Wow. Nice.
Oh. Okay. And wait. Why would jail time happen? Because
I don't know, because we have
it's illegal.
$1 trillion in debt, so I don't know.
Where does our debt come from, please?
Asking me about
who are we in debt to, big guy? Who are we in debt to? I'm just curious.
What's that?
Who are we in debt to? You said we're $36 trillion in debt. To who?
Other countries.
So all of our debt is to other countries.
Yeah, and the lack of the Pentagon can't keep track of it.
Okay, so that's like not at all how that's not at all correct. Wrong. Most of our federal debt is owned by ourselves, like owned by the United States government and some by the public. Only about 25% of our $36 trillion of debt is to foreign nations. Of that, most of it is to allies. I think China would be number 2. They have about $860 billion worth of U.S. debt. But again, in a conversation about $36 trillion, that's like nothing. So again, like I feel like you're trying to just talk about things like the economy or money, but you don't have a basic understanding of like what that is. Because we're not $36 trillion in debt to other countries. That's absurd.
I'm pretty sure that's where like all of it is.
No, you would be pretty sure wrong. Like wrong.
Nice.
That's not at all. I don't think you understand how like the U.S. economy like functions on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, we print money and we don't have it, so inflation just increases.
Yeah, that's a. I mean, what do you even say to that, man? Apparently, lying to the banks is okay when Donald Trump does it, but when anybody else does it, it's.
And America owes $36 trillion to other countries.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's not familiar with a bond, Chris. He doesn't know what that is.
Well, yeah, I'm also like 6'9", and I play for the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm actually their starting center. I just not at the game right now, bro. Too tired.
Yeah, I was just telling people how I'm
shit up, it's fun. It's a good time.
So this is that's me.
Let me see. Put it like next to your face. Smile. Can you smile a little bit? Yeah, no, I don't see how there's
an exact resemblance.
Right, that's me.
Even the guest knows.
So yeah, I'm Jamar Chase. Chris plays in the NBA. It's like,
and
like,
the
it's
US
super sick.
Then the U.S. owes $36 trillion to all other countries.
Yeah, look at everybody in the chat. Everybody's literally saying it's me. It's like I don't know why anybody like.
It is you, dude. You might have better hair, but I don't want to sound racist.
What do you,
bro?
What a peculiar comment to make.
He said, "What a." It's Harry.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I somebody
dude
said the other day that I was Jamar Chase. I was like, yeah.
Dude, why don't you just like drop politics and just like be in a boy band?
I don't even know what to say.
Can we just go back a second here? Jesus Christ, I look raw. I just woke up from a nap.
Y'all.
And then I immediately was like, I wanna hate myself. So I was scrolling live. I saw this guy. I listened for like 5 minutes. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, Chris, you want to read the last text you sent to me?
No, you're good, bro.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought.
You're good, bro.
You're good.
How many like people roughly though?
How many people? What?
Roughly the beginning text.
Probably like I feel like not that like 10 so far.
Okay, I mean you haven't really like promoted it.
I know I haven't really talked about it yet, but I will.
Yeah. Okay, I was just curious. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, yeah.
Hey,
So
do you have anything of substance to say or what, bro? Anything else?
Please go look up who. Please go look up like who the United States owes money to.
to get this guy up here. Yeah, thanks for the galaxy. Abe, I think your time has expired, unfortunately. Have a good one, man. I think your time is...
Oh, my gosh. Harry.
Yeah, 1 second. Lindsay, thanks for the $1. Hi, Harry. Can you give me your argument against mass deportation? I have to debate it in class. Are you going to bring up immigration? You
talking to me?
Yes.
Oh, dude, if you'd like to bring up mass immigration, we can talk about that all day. I've been wanting to talk to you for a long time, man.
Okay. All right. Well, so I'm debating whether I just give it to you now, Lindsay, or maybe you'll... Listen, if it doesn't come up with him, I'll give it to you after. Does that sound good? Because I feel like I just have a feeling that immigration is going to come up. Sabrina, thanks for the $2. I fall asleep to your lives. Thank you, sir. Well, Sabrina, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. You're amazing.
You know, they say wanting to like watch violent things to calm down is a sign of like being like a serial killer, which means like you're watching something stressful like Harry's live to go to sleep could be a sign in the making.
Yeah, so Chris doesn't like all of you. Yeah,
I was really being an asshole. Yo, W to you, I appreciate it.
Ellie, thanks for the $1.95. I made a custom one on Amazon. Oh, I see, Ellie. Got you. Can you send me a picture of that by any chance? I just kind of want to see what that looks like. Claudia, thank you for the $50 on Venmo. Can we get some W's for Claudia in the chat, please? I've never been into politics, but watching your live streams every day before the election got me to get out and vote for the right candidate. So thank you for what you do because it really does make an impact. Yo, give Claudia some love in the chat. That's amazing. Yo, W Claudia, please, $50. Are you kidding me? You're so awesome. I appreciate you. Amazing. W Claudia, at least 50 W's. Elaine, thanks for the 60. Can you be quiet, please? Just stop. Just stop it. Just stop. Elaine, thanks for the 60 cents, Mr. Face. Well, Elaine, I appreciate you being back here. Kia, thanks for the $1. Don't. Well, I read it. I did it backwards. You said, don't do that. And I did that. So I didn't read the rest of it. So there you go. Thank you for the $1. Unidentified individual. Grace, thanks for the $1 as well. Just wanted to say thank you for what you do as a member of the LGBTQ in a very Republican town. It always cheers me up seeing you cook these MAGA. Probably, I don't know if I can say that word on live. It's just me. LMAO, appreciate you. Grace, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Blue dot in a red state, blue dot in a red city.
Thank you for my dollar and my rose, bro.
Just stop it. Blue dot in a red city can be tough. So just keep fighting and you're worth it and you're amazing. Remember that, all right? You're awesome. Abby, thanks for the $2. Hey, Harry, because of you and other debaters on this platform, I got the courage to debate people today on live. We need more people to be doing that. Abby, that's fantastic. The way is through social media. I firmly believe that. So you're awesome. Thank you for doing that, Abby, and thank you for being here. Tanner, thanks for the $1. Your favorite mod. Don't read this out loud.
I still didn't get my recognition for my rose and my dollar.
Wow, Tanner, I appreciate you sharing that with me, man. First of all, I'm sorry about that. And yeah, man, it's just...
It's not Tanner. Who's Tanner?
Bro, can you be quiet
for 5 seconds?
No.
Oh my God, I know you can't. Thank you, Tanner. Listen, I appreciate the very kind message. I'm sorry to hear that, and I appreciate you, man. And likewise, you've helped us, man. It's a two-way street, man. Bonetta, thanks for the 50 cents. I'm sorry I can't send more since getting kicked out of my house, a car crash, and now my job taking hours. I don't have a lot of money, but I appreciate you. Bonetta, please save your money. And if there's anything we can do to help you, please reach out anytime. And I'm so sorry to hear that. And I appreciate your support so much. You are amazing. Nick, thanks for the $2. Hey, Harry, love the lives. My stepmom is a major QAnon conspiracy theorist, and it's sad to see the toll it's taken on her. So many other people talk about that, how like QAnon and these conspiracy theories have just like destroyed their families. So you're not alone in that. And I'm so sorry to hear that, man. Alter, thanks for the $5. What's your calico cat's name? Whiskers. She was abandoned and she came with the name. So also, what do you think of the Electoral College? Awful. Terrible, perhaps. Kathleen, thanks for the $50. Can we please get some love for Kathleen in the chat? I just saw this on Cash App. CATHLIEN. Please give some W's for Kathleen in the chat. Thank you for being back here again. She says, I love watching your lives. Well, Kathleen, I love that you're here. W for Kathleen in the chat. I appreciate the $50. You're amazing. Wow, we love Kathleen. Ryan, thanks for the $5.
Somebody said I was a stolen valor hero.
Hey, bro, you should do me a favor.
No, wait, read off that one.
No. Maui, listen. There's 4.6 thousand people in here, and a lot of them are.
What about the person who just called me a stolen valor hero?
Can you shut the fuck up? We'll talk to you in a second.
Hey, you guys grab a second.
There's a lot of people in here who are appreciative enough
And I had one person.
Okay, that's great. So just hold on. There's a lot. Thank you. There's a lot of people appreciative enough to like do things like send donations, which is incredibly gracious, and we appreciate them with the bottom of our heart. So Harry's just trying to thank them, and we can get to whatever you're saying in a second if you send a donation or whatever. But do me a favor and shut the fuck up. We're gonna kick you because there's a lot of people here that show us a lot of love, and we just want to show the love back.
Yeah, just be quiet. Why we just be silent. All right, while we thank these people. Ryan, thanks for the $10, man. Want a gun control debate? We can make that happen. Elena, thanks for the $5. I have a question on oil drilling. May I talk about it? Yeah, we can definitely do that. And Linda, thank you for the $30, saying thank you for all your hard work. Can we get some W's for Linda in the chat as well? Linda, you're amazing. Wow. W's for Linda. Mindy, thanks for the $5 on PayPal. You're super fly. Thank you for what you do. Love Mindy. Mindy, you're amazing. Thank you for being here. You're fantastic. Danny, thanks for the $2 on PayPal as well. You restore my faith in men. You hear that, Chris? I apprate you.
What the fuck does that have to do with me, bro?
No, don't worry about it.
Trust
Thank
me,
you.
you guys should hear.
Danny, I
Trust
appreciate
me.
you.
If you guys ever saw Harry's, living
Can you just be quiet? I'm gonna mute you too, bro. I mean, this guy's yapping. Jenna, thanks for the $2. Never seen Jamar Chase and Harry in the same room before. Wow. I mean, I'm telling you, you'll never see it. You'll never see. You're muted, Chris. Brianna, thanks for the $2. We the people need more Snowball and Cat content. By the way, love your lies. We'll make it happen.
I was laughing at the joke and I was muted. It's pretty criminal though.
Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and the link in the bio for me and Chris if you want to support the live. Also drop a follow here all the way up the top if you haven't already. We do these lives all the time. Double tap the screen and now you can talk. And also Chris's Venmo and Cash App. I don't know if I said this, but I want to make sure. Chris's Venmo Cash App is in the link in his bio and you should follow him. Oh,
well, thanks, Sugar. Thanks for turning on my microphone, man. Appreciate it.
Just be quiet. Now you're going to be quiet one more time because I have something more to say. I was going to do it later, but since you said something stupid, I have to say this. Also, I just turned on subscriptions on Instagram today. I'm going to be posting, personal content. And what I mean personal.
He's talking about members only content.
I'm not talking about that kind of content.
He is talking about it. You guys should go subscribe. Harry posts.
I mean, perhaps I'll be keeping
in the bathroom.
No, there won't be any shirtless. I mean, there might be, but only from the shoulders up, and that might be only in the gym.
Wow, you wouldn't even give members only content. What a horrible guy.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to show anything. I'm sorry, below the shoulders. I don't think
doesn't care about it. Dude, you're not opening an OF, bro. Colonel. Sorry. All right,
yeah, no, dude. I'm sorry. I think I think it's only chest, shoulders down for now. I mean, theoretically, if Chris and I went to a tropical place and we took pictures on a beach, then I'd be like, okay,
dude, what the fuck? All right, bro. All right.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying hypothetically in that circumstance that might happen.
Pause. All right, bro.
Anyway.
Yeah. I should have a mute. No.
I'm just saying. Y'all never. When I used to go to the beach with my friends in New Jersey, we took pictures. You were getting flicked up.
No, that's fine.
No, I guess Chris thinks that's weird, man. He's just mad that he is not super ripped like me. Sorry. Okay, what do you want, dude?
Talking to me now.
Yes, you're ready. We're good. What do you want?
Oh, dude, just since before the election, man, you've been up just running your suck about Lord knows what and this, that, and the other. And man, I just really wanted to find, because I didn't have 10,000 followers, whatever the hell Twitter, whatever was saying I had to have before I could actually talk to you.
Yes, because we were on Twitter. Yes.
It was upsetting. Or not Twitter, whatever one it was. TikTok, ticking and talking. And I couldn't TikTok to you, buddy. And so now I'm glad I have the opportunity to say that, dude, you're a child who really doesn't know shit about nothing. And you follow the mainstream media.
I just want to point out that you sat there like a good little boy and you were quiet while I was thanking people. You sat there like a good little boy. So don't talk to me like that. Don't talk to me like that. You won't.
What you guys do is, man.
Don't do that.
What you guys do is,
hey, buddy. I'm going to pause you again. Can you make an argument before you go in a whole tirade about how you don't like me or don't like Chris or don't like us just generally? Can you say something of substance? Or are you incapable?
Yeah, I'll give you something of substance. Ready for this? Every time I come on one of these debate channels, whatever it is like that, whenever one of you leftists get upset, when one of us make a point, call you a hypocrite, call you open up the double standard, whatever you guys do on your side, whenever you get offended, whenever you get something that actually bothers you or points actually made, all you do is mute the person who's talking.
You're not muted right now. We're still waiting for you to make an argument.
Can you talk? Can you tell us?
Do you have you keep saying you wanted to talk, so why don't you talk?
Can you tell us about Donald Trump so you can get Harry can show you that he.
What would you like to know, boys?
Why did you vote for Donald Trump?
Oh my fucking God! Why did you vote for Donald Trump, dude?
Why did I vote for Donald Trump? Well, let's see here. Over the last 4 years, we completely reversed every policy that is, and what did make this country the actual greatest economy. Like what? Well, let's see. We undid all of the fucking all the drilling here in America.
Drilling
We didn't
more oil
drill
right
no
now
more.
than ever before in American history.
Oh, congratulations. You opened that back up just this year when actually every single
Nope, that record was broken in 2023, and then we broke that record again in 2024.
And how long was he in office before he decided to do that again?
Well, it was hindered because of COVID. It was hindered because of COVID.
No, because gas prices were soaring way too high, and because he couldn't go over to freaking Saudi Arabia and grovel to them enough to get something. And so what?
Funnily enough, like Donald Trump quite literally during his term went over to Saudi Arabia and groveled to them to drill more oil. Joe Biden also went over to Saudi Arabia and said, hey, you got to boost your oil production because you know why? Donald Trump struck a deal with a bunch of these oil producing countries. Can you be, oh wait, hold on. Be quiet. If you don't want me to mute you, stop playing the victim card and stop interrupting. Donald Trump went to a bunch of these OPEC countries and said, hey, we're going to cut oil production by 10 million barrels a day during the COVID pandemic because prices were getting too low, right? And so Joe Biden had to go back over and say, hey, we need you to do this again. We need you to drill more oil. They said no. So you know what Joe Biden did? He beat OPEC. He went back to the United States, said, hey, we have all these barrels of oil in our reserves. Why don't we sell them onto the market to lower gas prices and then buy them back at a lower rate? That's exactly what Joe Biden did. That's exactly what Joe Biden did. He sold the barrels at really expensive and then bought them back at cheaper and made the United States $500 million in profit. And gas prices went down nationally because you know why? Gas prices are based on global markets, not how much we're producing here in the United States. That's
glorious that you're taking that credit. What actually happened was he went ahead and took the stuff that was on reserve that he refused to sell initially, that we already had drilled and pre-drilled, and said, well, let's just use our own oil. And he said, nope, we're going to go back to the other countries and buying from them and handling from them. And then when he got laughed out of every single place that he was going to try to buy from. It's not nonsense. That's the actual fact.
This is total nonsense.
That's why it wasn't until 2023 when he started setting records again. Because why? Because it didn't work. His policies, his foreign policy.
Nope, not even close.
Yeah. Can I just point something out here that like obviously COVID hindered his ability to drill oil 2020 to 2022, which Harry already mentioned. But again, like you would agree that Joe, we're drilling more oil right now than ever before in history.
I would agree that Joe Biden picked up right where we were already going.
No. We're drilling right now. We're producing 1.1 million more barrels a day than we were at the peak. Can I finish speaking? Donald Trump set the record for oil production in 2019. We're producing 1.1 million more barrels a day than we were at that point. And you agree with that. So this still does not give you still in this whole time being up on this TikTok live talking about Harold. Harry's a child. He has no idea what he's talking about. Have not given us one. Can you shut the fuck up? You have not given us one substantive point about why you are voting for Donald Trump. Are you ready for the substantive point? We agree.
Are you ready for it? So what was the oil in 2020? How about 21?
I'm showing you the graph. 22. So actually from 2019 to 2020, oil production went down. In 2021, it maintained somewhat the same from those 2 years because of the can you be quiet for 5 seconds? Mainly because of the pandemic. And then in 2021, it went back up. And then 2023 and 2022 it went up. And then 2024 it went up.
Okay,
we've been increasing our oil production consistently under Joe Biden from a low under Donald Trump due to the pandemic. So I don't know what this whole conversation is. Oh, we just picked up where we left off. No, we quite literally didn't. We're drilling more oil right now than ever before. And Biden approved more drilling permits in his first 2 years of office than Donald Trump did in his first 2 years.
After he sliced.
What do you mean after? What do you mean after? This is not after anything. This is not after anything. This is something that Joe Biden just did while in office. There was no like, I'm going to switch my position now. He was doing this throughout his entire time in office.
When he first got in office, he didn't cut major pipelines and major jobs to the oil companies.
No, he did not.
That didn't happen. You're right. That was just part of my fond memory.
Remind me, what pipeline was cut?
What pipeline was cut? Access to the Keystone Pipeline? That one? The one that
the Keystone Pipeline is still operational. The Keystone Pipeline is
still operational. Right, but however, in the very beginning, he did what? To appease his voters, he did what? He slashed and cut all of those jobs in order to promote his whole.
You're wrong. So you don't even know your pipelines. No, you're absolutely incorrect. You don't even know your pipelines.
Holy shit, my friend! What you're sitting there?
No. Be quiet, because you're going to learn something now. It's something you
please teach me, sir.
I will. It's something you'd benefit from. A little boy. The Keystone XL pipeline. The Keystone XL pipeline. Just be quiet. I mean, you should really just learn to not talk. The Keystone XL pipeline was an extension of the Keystone pipeline and was only going to benefit one Canadian oil company, so they could bring their product from Canada down to the Gulf of Mexico, refine it, and sell it abroad for a profit. We were not keeping that here in the United States. And the majority of the jobs in the United States were temporary. There's only a handful of permanent jobs in each state that the pipeline passed through. Also, the pipeline was only 8% complete. It wasn't even in operation. It wasn't moving anything. It was 8%. That's not how fucking pipelines work. Can you name me a pipeline in American history that after its construction? Can you be quiet? I'm asking you a question right now. I'm asking you a question. Right. Can you name? Yeah, you can rebuttal and answer my question. Can you name me a time in American history, recent American history, where a pipeline was built and gas prices went down?
Or a gas? No, of course not. No. But we can times in American history when we know when drilling increased in America, which is under whose terms? Whose?
Biden.
Oh, you're right. You're right. After Donald Trump decided to drill, baby, drill, and he drilled more, and we had more.
Went down. The oil we're producing went down from 2019 to 2020 under Donald Trump.
You just stated because of the pandemic. And first of all, if that's the whole point that we're doing, everything's the excuses of the pandemic.
Hold on, then, bro, pause. So again, like this entire point, you've been up here for fucking 20 minutes about how you want to vote for Donald Trump because drill, baby, drill. But obviously, you agree that Joe Biden.
No, you just gave me a reason. I'll give you one reason. I'll give you another one.
Can you shut the fuck up?
Can you guys shut up?
No, because all you're doing is this. Can you give us any other reason, please?
I'll give. Okay. How about confidence in your leader? How about this fact? How about the fact that
How about like a piece of legislation? Can you name a piece of legislation that Donald Trump passed during his first term that you liked through Congress?
Wow. Piece of legislation that I liked. Let's see here. I really enjoyed the legislation. No, I really can't actually.
So you can't name. Right. So you know a lot about what you're talking about. So we're gonna move past for that. Can you name anything he's gonna do in his second term that you like?
I don't understand. Like, first of all, I want you.
He's gonna pardon the January 6th folks, which is gonna be first and foremost. So I'm really gonna enjoy.
Wait, why are you going to enjoy that? Why are you going to enjoy?
Why am I going to enjoy that? Because I really enjoy the fact that you have a weaponized FBI, and you have a weaponized CIA. Bro, everything. So you guys are always going to do this. You guys are always going to, every single time you guys are going to do this. Whenever
you're saying 2 + 2 = 5 right now, when the answer is 4.
No. It's only conspiracy theory. It's conspiracy fact, my friend. The fact of the matter is, it's
wait.
So much information is withheld.
This is objectively not a fact. Can you? Okay.
What's not a fact? What's not a fact?
I don't even know where to go with this conversation. I don't know if we go the Jan 6 angle or the prosecution angle.
Well, actually,
what do you want to say?
Let's go to the prosecution angle, shall we?
Really quickly, can I ask a question? Did you serve in the military?
Ask me that again.
Did you serve in the military?
Bet your fucking ass I served there, young man. I served 2004, 2008.
And I appreciate that. But you also support pardoning the January 6ers.
Yes, I do.
So you've turned your back on our country after our.
Don't you fucking bro? You better watch yourself real quick with that. There.
Well, I'm asking you. No. Because I'm asking you.
Because what I did first and foremost.
No. Because I'm asking you a question. Because let's go through just a quick timeline. I'll let you talk to Harry about the prosecution. Because genuinely, I do appreciate you serving, but I don't understand this viewpoint. Like, if the first Capitol perimeter was breached at about 1 p.m., Donald Trump finished speaking at 1:10 p.m., and then he was informed of the violence about 1:20 p.m. Eastern time when he arrived home at the White House. There's then 187 minutes that he doesn't tell people to go home. He tells people to go home for the first time at 4:17 p.m. He watches as his supporters drag police officers to the ground, beat them over the head, tase them in the neck. Multiple police officers have now taken their lives after that event because of the PTSD and the brain damage. So I'm telling you that, like, you watch the president-elect and everybody around him has testified. I can read the quotes from the January 6th report about how Donald Trump was like, they begged him to make a statement, and all these people were texting Mark Meadows, his chief of staff, and he refused to do anything. And then Mark Meadows, his chief of staff, talked about a statement where Donald Trump, he finally got a hold of Donald Trump at around 2:30 p.m. in a room. He was watching Fox News, and Donald Trump said, I think Mark Meadows said, sir, they're threatening to hang the vice president. And Donald Trump said something to the effect of, that's what he deserves. This is what happens when you don't listen to the American people. And so, like, as somebody who I appreciate your service trying to protecting this country. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, I do. But how do you find like those actions acceptable at all from the United States president? A lot of those officers at the Capitol swore an oath to protect, and then they took their own lives because Donald Trump pushed conspiracies about them. And for 3 hours, he watched a federal building under siege by his supporters and did nothing. Why?
Here's my rebuttal to that, my friend. Myself, my two brothers, my blood brothers, and then brothers that I served with, many a sister as well. Went to war for this country over weapons of mass destruction. Are there any weapons of mass destruction? Absolutely not. We've gone to war on a false premise. We've done many things in a false premise. There's been so many lies amidst our government via false premise. Not to mention, I'm from Maui, where my house burnt down. You can talk about conspiracies there too, with this, that, and the other. And I was there, so I can maybe agree or disagree with a few of those. My point being is that if you want to tell me that my service then, or I'm somehow turning my back against my country, I'm
trying to understand why you support the president who did.
Now I'm explaining to you. What I'm trying to explain to you is I believe more in the corruption of our government and somebody coming in from the outside and trying to do his best to just better to uneff it than the previous governments, i.e. the Bidens, who's been there for 40 some odd years.
So you agree? Okay, I understand. So you agree that like Donald Trump, when he didn't do anything for 3 hours, was like that's an acceptable response?
If you want to hear if you really want to hear the truth and what it should be, I think a lot more should have been done in trying to figure out who and what is really the conspirators to try to overthrow our country. Riddle me this. Let's just go back to the very beginning of it all. Let's talk about the Russian collusion stuff. Let's go about that. Let's go back 2 years worth of investigation.
Before I let you go to that, like you can talk to Harry about the prosecution again. So, but you agree that Donald Trump did nothing on January 6th for over 3 hours as police officers got their heads beat in and his supporters were storming a federal building to try to convince the vice president to not certify the results when he didn't have that constitutional power. And you agree that Donald Trump, the president-elect, the president at the time, did nothing about it?
I would say that I really don't care. He did just fine. He was supposed to, because let me tell you, I think it's just as despicable that many Democratic leadership over the last 4 years during Trump's tenure, all the violent rhetoric that they decided to discuss, all of the pictures, all of the just everything that they said that man was or is and is gonna be and was absolutely not. How that turned into actual violence for 4 years as we saw the riots.
So again, you just and we're more than happy to talk about that. But like again, you just I don't know if that was you agreeing that like what Donald Trump was despicable or like pivoting. But again, like 3 hours. Over 3 hours as the president of the United States as you watch.
And what would you like him to do? What would you like him to do? Just stop, everybody stop right now. Stop.
Actually, exactly. Because he's the president and they're his supporters. So if you know your timeline, you know that when Donald Trump made his first public statement about Mike Pence not having the courage to do what was right, when that happened, we can watch the security camera footage at the Capitol and within 30 seconds of that tweet being sent, you watch one of the side, but pretty much both sides simultaneously on whatever side that is, essentially push the police officers aggressively forward. Because while people were there, a lot of people had megaphones, so they were calling out what Trump was tweeting.
Well, my friend, wasn't there a lot of?
So can I finish fucking speaking? So
I think you made a lot of points, dude.
They were using megaphones to call out what Donald Trump was tweeting. So it was actually really important if he would have told them to go home. And again, the same people, you claim that you care about the fact that, or you are so sick of this corrupt government that lies to you. But again, we have subpoenaed text messages from that day, and all the people you're still voting for had the same reactions that day. Like Marjorie Taylor Greene was texting Mark Meadows, like, Mark, this is getting out of control. Do something. Every Republican, Donald Trump Jr. said, please God, get my dad to do something ASAP. This isn't enough. This is getting out of control. But now they tell you the day was peaceful. The people lying to you are staring you in the face.
Well, how about the fact that wasn't there other footage also released that there was many peaceful, and wasn't there other footage actually?
So, again, you're still I'm more than happy to talk. We're more than happy to talk about any of that, but again, you're just not engaging on the thing.
No. So I'm engaging in that part. So I'm just saying there's a double standard, my friend. So
I'm asking you to engage. I'm asking you to engage on the fact of why Donald Trump didn't do anything for 3 hours, and why all these people around him, like Tucker Carlson, Sean Hannity, Fox News producers, Laura Ingraham, Donald Trump Jr., Marjorie Taylor Greene, were all texting his chief of staff saying how horrible it was and how out of hand it was. But now all those same people tell you on TV every night that it was a really peaceful day. And they
okay, my friend. So I'll tell you what. I'll do you a favor. I'll secede to. I think it's bad when bad people do bad things to good people, right?
Nice,
but then if you can then maybe secede to the fact that there are a few bad people and there was a lot of very good people that were there for a specific reason. One of them that it looked very obvious that our corrupt government, which we can agree is pretty damn corrupt, that something's a little fishy, something's a little foot, considering the fact that Joe Robot Biden, somehow went through the roof in his election. And then this one, all of a sudden, Trump came back fucking with no regard, beat the shit out of Kamala Harris when it comes down to it. Nope, right? Blew her out of the water.
It was the third closest election in modern American history since 1888.
My friend. So if you don't want to secede that, that's fine, brother. Listen,
I guess my only problem is like logically, and I'll let Harry speak, but logically that also just doesn't make sense to me. You're claiming that like we have such a corrupt government that's so powerful that they were able to rig an entire federal election, and then this election, like John from the fucking DNC didn't plug in the Ethernet cord enough to the AT&T router to tabulate the votes, and we lost. We got crushed because with a super complex, scary government that hides WMDs, can't figure out how to rig another election. Like logically, that doesn't make sense.
Logically, it doesn't make sense. The fact that the first election that we could look at was a little bit tricky when they needed it so bad.
Why didn't they just rig it this time? Didn't they need it even more this time? Because Donald Trump is like knows what happened. He picked all new people because all his old people he said were like bullshit. So he picked a bunch of loyalists. So actually, this was the election that Democrats needed the most. So why didn't we rig it?
Good question, my friend.
Yeah, no. The answer is Occam's razor. It's the simplest explanation is usually the correct one. So what's simple is that no election was rigged at all. Donald Trump or Joe Biden won in 2020. Donald Trump won in 2024. There was never any fraud. And Donald Trump knew that because his chief of staff, attorney general, FBI, DOJ, a third-party source in the White House, Ivanka Trump, his children, all told him over and over and over again. They testified to this, that, hey, we told our father there was no election fraud, but he just didn't listen and kept pushing the lie anyway. Because again, he cares more about himself than the will of the American people.
That's a great analysis, my friend, except for the fact that you can go on any news station at any point in time and point out a lie after lie after lie after lie. And if it goes down, if it looks like, smells like, and is like, then it probably is that, correct? And if you want to go back later and figure it out, so that's just fine. However, I do believe that there was some tampering. I do believe that there was some mail fraud. I do believe that there was some election fraud. I believe there was all sorts of things. And I believe that this election, I could say that easily be argued that a lot more systems were in place to prevent the fraud that happened in the previous election. So maybe that was a good. Could that not be an argument or no?
No. I'm gonna let Harry talk on that, but I do want to say that like TikTok has been really strict on this subject. So just like try to like word around what you say if you assume like you want to stay up here. And again, I do want to make it clear. I do want to make it clear. I think I'm a very patriotic person, so I care about America a lot. I appreciate your service, but it just doesn't make sense to me like how we could support something like January 6th. It was a really, really horrible day. But I'm gonna let Harry speak and grab water.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask, do you have any evidence of this? You keep saying I believe. Do you have any evidence?
Evidence of
anything you just mentioned?
It's my evidence is based on more like this, I would say, because obviously they're not going to lay it out right in front of us, right? Like, oh, here you go, we did this. It's more like this. It's more like we did a 2-year Russian collusion nonsensical thing, right? Where all this was happening, and the walls are closing in. And I remember some of the CNN pundits that said all the nonsense, right? That type of stuff, right? Well, after 2 years of that, it turned out to all be bullcrap, right? And then right after that, they went for the whole selling the javelin or something like that to whatever. It was just thing after thing after thing that decided to go after Trump about, right? Everything was something new. It was like something else he did this week that was totally outrageous and inexplicable. And how could he ever do that when all I saw was double standard after double standard? Now, what my point is, my evidence is simply this: if over and over and over again you're keep being fed BS, then I can only consider what they're feeding me BS. So if they're telling me that they're not rigging an election, well, they also told me that there was massive Russian collusion, of which
wait, hold on. Well, Democrats also said that this election was not stolen. So do you think that the 2024 election was unfair?
Well, Trump right now is actually, if I'm not mistaken, putting on tariffs for Russia and China for 2024 Russian interference. Am I correct?
No, there's no mention of that happening. But you just said no, it's not happening. That's not been announced by Donald Trump. But you're saying that if the Democrats are telling you something or the media is telling you something, then you believe the opposite. Well, the media is telling you that the election in 2024 was perfectly fair. We can see, Chris and I think the election was perfectly fair, no problem. So do you believe the opposite? Or do you only believe it when you lose, and you only believe the opposite of what the media tells you when it's convenient?
No. That's a very fair question. Absolutely not. I don't know. Am I stoked that Trump won on this one? Absolutely. As I said before, I think an easier explanation could be that there is a lot more watchful eye.
Isn't that what Republicans did? Like, why don't you hold the same standard with a bunch of MAGA people with Joe Biden?
I can get the politics. Yes, for sure. We can agree on politics. I understand that. I understand the political game being played. But all I'm trying to explain to you guys is in my position when it comes in, especially being disrespected when it comes down to my valor, if you want to talk about that, is the mere fact that I will defend my country against enemies, foreign and domestic. And I think for people like Nader, people like freaking Schiff, all them all the people that deliberately tried to overthrow the president of the United States back in 2016 are the same people that we should be against when they say certain things.
Okay, so first of all, we'll talk about the Russia interference, but you keep bringing up your service. You served abroad to preserve and protect our democracy, yes?
Yes, under the false pretense that it somehow needed to be served.
100%, and they shouldn't have lied about that. I totally agree. We're not disagreeing there. But that's what you were serving for, regardless of their lie. You still felt this patriotic duty to serve for our democracy, 100%. And that's fantastic. And you're saying you defend our country against foreign and domestic. How can you serve to fight our democracy abroad, but when you come home here in the United States, you see people trying to overturn our democratic processes, people who are trying to overturn elections that they didn't win, people who are attacking our democracy both metaphorically and visually on January 6th, and you say, well, that's okay by me. And the president of the United States, who's sitting there and doing nothing about it, matter of fact, encouraging these people, telling his people around him that he likes it. How can you not see that as an enemy that's domestic?
Great question. Thank you for asking. One, I felt at that point truly, and in my heart of hearts, gentlemen, and I say this again as someone who fought, my two brothers who fought, I say this, I truly thought that election, something was a fishy, okay? Something was not right about that election, okay, period. I didn't think that. So those who were storming the Capitol, if you will, quote unquote, I think that in their heart of hearts, they were doing their patriotic duty, and that's just to answer that question. And two,
police officers?
And two, again, and I'll talk about implants, if you will. It's not hard for someone, if you want to weaponize the FBI, if you want to weaponize the CIA, if you want to weaponize the DOJ, things like that, to put a MAGA hat on somebody and have them cause a problem and say that MAGA did it. Okay, that's an oldest trick in the book, my friend. All right, so that is very easy. That's an easy explanation when it comes to that as well. The ones who are causing problems are the ones who are causing problems, and the ones who are creating a false narrative or a negative narrative is those who are causing the problems. The media, the left, the CNN, the MSNBCs, the one, even the Fox News, whoever, they're causing the problems.
The people that we're talking about here, many of these people who have beaten police officers have been convicted and are sitting in jail right now. You're telling me that those people who beat police officers who are trying to defend members of Congress, Democrat and Republican, even Republican members who think that the election wasn't fair,
war on a false premise for years and years, over 20 years, we're saying that this is why we're doing this. It's because we swear to God, absolutely, 100%. It's because there's WMDs that are this and that, and Al Qaeda this, and they're the problems that. And when in fact it actually wasn't. So first of all, on that day, on January 6th, there wasn't 60 judges, and there wasn't people, Trump's appointees, and there wasn't people on that very same day that were saying all these things. They were not. There was a bunch of pissed off right wingers that were saying, nope, something looks funky here. This isn't right. There should have been a red wave. And based on the corruption of our government, based on the lies that have been told over and over and over again, there's no reason to believe this lie right now.
So wait. There wouldn't have been a red. I don't know why the expectation would be that there would be a red wave. We were in the middle of a pandemic. There was economic instability. People were really suffering. And historically speaking, when there's economic suffering, people tend to vote for the party that's not in power. Just like this election, we just saw this, where people were upset about inflation and they voted for Donald Trump, thinking falsely that he's going to be able to lower it. And Biden was leading in the polls for months. It was like, if you were a betting man, you would have bet that Joe Biden was going to win the election.
Bro, you're also looking at the pandemic, and if you want to get down the conspiracy theories, which I won't, about the conspiracy theories about the pandemic itself and about how that all came to fruition, and this and that. And other things.
So I totally understand. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that's my point. I get your point. So that's all I'm trying to say is.
I understand that you feel like, first of all, the government should not have been, Bush and Cheney, they should not have been dishonest about the WMDs. I totally understand that. And I totally understand being pissed off that they did that. You risked your life in the Middle East because of a lie, right? Even though you're serving patriotic.
Let's go the 2 years with Donald Trump in office. Since the very beginning, it was a 2-year swing of Russian collusion, which was not happening, which was never a fault.
Wait, and
then you have after that.
Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean
just saying. It's just systematically there was lie after lie after lie. So you could not go and say, "Well, this one must be true." Then you see what I'm saying? So you had a lot of pissed off people that saw lie after lie after lie. And forgive me for saying there, bud, but the left would never ever come to finally say factually, yes, we are assholes, and we went after our president for 2 damn years, saying specifically, oh, he's a Russian spy, he's this, that, and the other, when Hillary Clinton literally was the one. Like, I'm just saying, this isn't conspiracy anymore. So you want us to believe for 2 years that these bad things were happening, and then just expect that all these new lies that you guys are telling are now truths? No.
Wait,
At some point, we got to say enough is enough, man.
Let's be clear. That investigation into Russia's interference in the 2016 election told us a lot, and I would argue is necessary, because you know what it exposed? A top-down effort from Russia, from the Kremlin, from Putin, to interfere in our election using social media to prop up Donald Trump and to hurt Hillary Clinton. This is not the conclusion of a bunch of Democrats. This is the conclusion of the FBI, a bipartisan group of senators, both Republican and Democrat, who wrote an over 1,000-page report on this and talked about how all these bot farms and misinformation was spread on platforms like Facebook. Now, was Donald Trump investigated for possible connections to Russia? Yes. Did they find any collusion between him and Russia? No. Were there weird connections between the Trump campaign and Russia? Absolutely. Trump invited Russian officials into Trump Tower to meet with Paul Manafort, Donald Trump Jr., and others to give him dirt on Hillary Clinton. This was not just some made-up connection. That's wrong. If Joe Biden invited the Chinese into the White House to give him dirt on Joe Biden, that would be fucking wrong. So that happening, the fact that Michael Flynn was coordinating with Russians, the fact that Paul Manafort was coordinating with Russians, the fact that the Trump campaign was sharing internal polling data with the
Hillary
Russians
Clinton literally
crazy.
The fact that Hillary Clinton literally paid for information by freaking Mr. Steele, former MI6 Steele, former MI6 agent who actually got her all the quote unquote dirt on Trump, which led to the Russia investigation. All that, my friend, has never been admitted to the fact that this is 100% and unequivocally Hillary Clinton's doing, and the Democrats and the DNC, all of them backed it 1,000-fold and said, nope, he is a Russian spy.
Time out. Again, you have to, if you want to be honest, you have to acknowledge incredibly strange connections between the Trump campaign and Russia. Why on earth are they inviting Russian officials to the Trump Tower? Why on earth are they sharing private polling data that's not available to the public? You didn't see it, but the Russians did. Why? That's wrong. An American president should not be doing that with an adversary. So that is grounds enough for us to be like, well, that's really strange. Maybe we should take a further look. And that further look exposed this top-down operation from the Kremlin to interfere in our elections. That makes us as the United States stronger so we can prepare for these things and expect it. That investigation was a good thing. And by the way, the Steele dossier was completely and unequivocally debunked by the Mueller report, and it said that this is not reliable. But the information we have from the FBI, the information we have from the Senate, is reliable. We know that this happened. We know that the Russians were interfering to help Donald Trump. I don't know what your problem with that investigation is. It helped the United States at the end of the day.
Because what it did is it promoted an argument. Okay, it promoted a singular argument that Donald Trump is an enemy of the state, and it was promoted by Hillary Clinton and the DNC, and then backed by many of the left-wing supporting agencies like CNN, MSNBC, that straight up said, and Pulitzer Prize winning journalists who would write that he is a Russian spy based on this dossier, based on this information. That was completely not correct information. So my point is this, my friend, to come back at what you just said there is you're pointing out a double standard that hasn't been identified. You're constantly battling and going against the man, Donald Trump, who is apparently the most evil person in the history of the planet, when we can argue that Bush and the WMD thing makes him the most terrible person on the planet. We can argue that Hillary Clinton and her introduction of the Steele dossier and creating this whole debacle in itself, they're the worst person on the planet, but it's only Donald Trump. And that's what I'm trying to get across is the biggest point of it all. When it comes down to it, it's always conspiracy theory after conspiracy theory, when instead it's conspiracy fact that at the end of the day, the DNC did some really terrible shit, and it hasn't been identified and accepted from.
One of the main reasons that launched this investigation was not the Steele dossier. It was the fact that they knew Michael Flynn was lying to them about his contact with Russians. Like, he deliberately lied to the FBI. They tapped his phone. They heard the phone call. He lied to the FBI about his phone call with Russian officials. They found out that Trump was sharing internal data with the Russians. They found out about certain meetings. This to arrests of people breaking the law that were close to Donald Trump in connection to all of this stuff. I don't know how you could be against that. And also, if you want to make the argument that Bush sucked, Bring it on. We agree. Bush fucking sucked. He is trash. His presidency was goddamn awful. But that doesn't mean that you become a conspiracy theorist. It doesn't mean that you start believing that the government's out to get you and everybody is bad, and that if they're coming against Donald Trump, it must be false. No. Have you ever considered the possibility that Donald Trump is just a bad guy?
Oh, absolutely. And a part of the system itself. Absolutely. That's all a part of the QAnon fantasy, my friend, which I don't follow. Okay. My point is this, bro. My simple point is this, man, I'll leave it at this and let you guys get to some other folks. I do appreciate you actually engaging in conversation and not just blocking me out, sincerely. I think that there has been a serious double standard amongst our government. And whether it's the right or the left, it doesn't matter. Perpetrating the other side to be the evildoer, whatever it is in that fact. And I do think from 2016 until now, and January 6, 2020 being a big example of the time when the American people finally got fed the fuck up, pardon my language, fed up with that double standard not being adhered to. When 4 years prior to that, there was many a senator that stood up and said, we do not accept this election to be fair and whatever. He is not our elected president. There's many a video on that. And so it's funny when, not funny, but it's tragically funny when January 6th happens, people die, people are hurt, people are injured, and it's an immediate attack on those January 6th folk when it's not. I think those January 6th folk truly in their heart of hearts thought they were being patriots. I think that they're finally standing up to their government. I think they're finally standing up to the corruption that they've seen over and over and over and over again. And I think those are double standards that should be acknowledged, if not tonight, on both sides at some point. So I think I'll leave it at that, boys.
Cool.
Okay.
Thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks for rapping. You guys are good.
The conversation. All right, man.
Be safe.
You keep those rosy cheeks, bud, because that's going to take you places, man. Let me tell you.
Trying to, for sure.
Stay young.
All right, man.
All right, boys.
Be safe.
Have a good night.
All right, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, so like part of what I always talk about.
Yeah, this is before you speak, Chris. We've literally had this conversation before.
Yeah. So again, like part of what Democrats don't want to hear that is like so key, and now it might be too late, but I'll think about this forever. It's just like, yeah, the reason, like, yeah, Donald Trump's a horrible guy. He engaged in all these falsehoods, but he also did it because of like a void in America where like a lot of people rightfully felt like the government was corrupt and not doing anything right. And he was able to come in and say like, look, all of these people on this stage at the Republican primary are paid off or bullshit. I'm here for you. I'm not going to take their money. They don't like me because I'm not taking the donors' money. And a lot of people who have been so unheard by the American government bid on that. And like, it's not logical at all. Like, I understand it, but that doesn't mean it's logical. It's like an emotional hole that a lot of people are in because the government wasn't listening to people, and it allowed Donald Trump to get into power. And so we need to do like tons of work if it isn't too late to like reform our system so people do feel heard. But I literally say all the time online, I say, think about it like this. You serve in Iraq, you get sent to Iraq, you come back, your friends are dead, you're told, oh, sorry, there's no WMDs, and then nothing more. You were lied to, and all your friends are dead, so you feel like the government has obviously pretty much ruined your life. Then you go a couple years later, you get a house, and your adjustable rate mortgage explodes. 2008 financial crisis, you learn that the big banks were all in cahoots to like give mortgages to people who couldn't afford them to make money. And then you lose everything, and it feels like the government bails out the big banks, but doesn't help you. And we like continue this system of like, wow, people are really feeling unheard and nothing is like getting done about this. And then Donald Trump comes to be, and then there's like all these other problems, political division, and it like created an avenue for someone like Donald Trump to be. And I use that example. That guy literally went to Iraq. Think about like, to his credit, as much as like, I disagree with a lot of literally everything he said. Like, can you imagine going somewhere and getting fucking PTSD and trauma serving in a war zone and then coming back and learning that the US government just lied about why you were there? Yeah, dude, you'd probably never fucking trust the government again. You'd probably be way more willing. It's not logical, but you'd probably be way more willing to like just trust Donald Trump at all costs. Ignore actual fact around Trump because like he's fighting against the establishment that has fucked over your life. He's not fighting against the establishment, but it's perceived that he's fighting against the establishment for so long. And so like, yeah, Democrats don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. You need to do like an immense amount of work about the fact that like, no one's like trusts the government. Like no one trusts the government, and Donald Trump has played a key role in that. He's played a key role in that, but it was a long time coming.
Yeah, Abby, thanks for the $2. I read it. Yes, absolutely. Sommer, thanks. Sorry, Sommer, thanks for the $3. Psycho's falling asleep to Harry fund. See what you've caused, Chris. Haley, thanks for the $1.11. Love you. Haley, I love you back. Olivia Juliana, thanks for the 69 cents saying nerd. I don't think she's here, but wow, what a terrible person. Ellie, thanks for the 98 cents. Yes, sir. Where should I send it? What app? It comes January 23rd to February 7th. Maybe Instagram? Or maybe like shoot your put your username in the thing and I'll try to find it. Callie, thanks for the $5. First day at work went.
Put in the comments what you think I should make a YouTube video about. Thanks. And go follow Harry on Instagram and subscribe to him.
Callie, thanks for the $5. First day of work went so well today. Thanks for your little pep talk last night. It was so sweet. You guys are making so much of an impact on so many people. Callie, I'm so glad to hear your new job went well today. I knew it would go great for you. And we're both rooting for you, both Chris and I. That's amazing, Callie. And you're gonna continue to flourish. You're amazing. Laurel, thanks for the $5. Harry, I also fall asleep to your lies because you gave me hope for humanity, not a serial killer. Chris, LOL. Yeah. Wow. Let him know. Let him know. Peyton, thanks for the $1. Parker followed my debate account today. My month is made. You're next, Harry. Well, if Parker did it, I think that's a good endorsement. Rosie, thanks for the 1 cent. Harry, I had a big argument with my mom that led to the most of my family falling out, but everything I debate her with, I learned from you and Chris. So thanks. Well, I'm glad that we provided you information, but I'm sorry to hear that your family is going through it. But politics can really do that. I mean, we just hear so many stories about this. Carly, thanks for the $1. Idaho reps are coming after equal marriage laws. Thanks for doing what you guys do from a blue dot feeling surrounded. They're going to do that to try to bring the case to the Supreme Court. That's exactly what they're doing. It's exactly what they're doing, hoping to get it overturned. Obergefell. Homero, thanks for the $5. Thanks for what you do. This is all I have right now, but I appreciate you. I have to save for my DACA renewal due next month, but I appreciate you so much. That's incredible. Save your money, man.
Huge
save your money.
W's. Yeah, save your
W for that guy, man. I appreciate you. Wow. Yeah, and again, if there's anything we can do to help you, brother, please let us know. Kia, thanks for the 50 cents. I saw that. But I saw it late, unfortunately. Jennifer, thanks for the $5. Read to self. I also saw that, Jennifer. And Sierra, thanks for the $1. I also saw that. Maddie, thanks for the $1. Please check your DMs. I'm sorry, it's long, but it's important. Don't read out the DM. Is that you? Can you tell me what platform it's on so I can make sure to see it?
Yo, Ray, appreciate the galaxy. Thank you so much.
Jennifer, thanks for the additional $2. Amelia, thanks for the $5. What about Trump's 30,000 lies? They don't believe it happened. So, Russell, thanks for the 50 cents. I actually want my hoodie to say, please stop talking. Oh yeah, I know. We'll make that happen. Elaine, 20 cents. I want you so bad. Thank you, Elaine.
Someone said podcast when?
Soon. Logan, thanks for the $1. Right. I'm going to college next year to start a democratic political career. What classes do you recommend? You have to look at your particular university, but I think like any con law would be fantastic.
All right, you good?
Wait, yeah. Kathleen, thanks for the $1. Please tell Chris to check his Cash App. Kathleen wants you to check your Cash App, Chris.
All right, amazing. You guys are all amazing. Really quick, some of the comments.
Melanie, thanks for the $2. Love your lives. You are awesome, Melanie. I appreciate you. Chris is mad. Kaya, where's the OF? Not coming. Not happening.
Guys, Harry has an OF down the pipeline.
Not happening. Not happening. Subscribe to the Instagram. That's me.
If you subscribe to the Instagram, it's like the same thing. Members only content.
No.
That's a joke.
No.
That's a joke.
Casey, thank you for the $2. I saw that. Ria, thanks for the 1. Felicia, thanks for the 2. Ria, thanks for the 1. Telling Chris to check. I can't fucking speak, Chris. Please help me. Tell Chris to check Cash App. It's a lot of C words. Lynette, thanks for the $2.22. I cannot read that out on live, but Lynette, I appreciate you.
Rosie, thank you so much for a cent. I appreciate you. It's good to see you. I'm sure that you thought that Donald Trump's name was spelled DONALED turnip because of dyslexia. I thought it was funny, but pretty fitting to him. That's right, Rosie. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the cent. Seriously, Sierra, thanks for $1. This guy had a horrible slur in his bio on a racist video, but he took them down. Oh, he took them down. Okay, good, Sierra. I appreciate you. Let me know that. Glad he took them down. Thank you for the $1, by the way. Mads, $2. Someone told me we have the same eyes, so I jokingly said we were cousins. I fear they believed me. Seems they could have. They could have believed you. Many people believe many things.
What a terrific answer.
Mads, I always appreciate you being supportive. $2, the same eyes. Blue. Appreciate you, Mads. Best wishes in Chicago. $25 from Renee. I appreciate you so much from the bottom of my heart. That is not something I take for granted. Someone in the chat said, how's Chicago? Chicago's dope. I like Chicago. It's a cool place. You're the best. Someone also said they support, I think it was Autumn, said they support me being a white mom. I love Diet Coke. Okay. It says, well, nice day. If
he drives a minivan, so
if you were, if you were on my Twitch stream earlier and you watched me like cook food on stream, Allison, thank you so much for $1. Yeah, dude, I made my whole ass meal on stream. She was sick. People enjoyed it. Hi, Chris. Hopefully you remember me. Of course. You said you don't have anyone here if you need a friend. I'm here. Yo, I appreciate you, Allison, so much. Can I get a million W's for Allison? Truly. I will keep that in mind. I appreciate you so much. Summer, love you too, Chris. GA misses you, but excited for the new journey. $3 on Venmo. I appreciate you so much, Summer, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I'm around. I'll be around Georgia a lot, dude. I'm sure Atlanta will end up being my home. Maybe not for a bit, but
wait, this is like so fucking sick, dude.
I know, dude. I was like, people in the chat were actually like, damn, you did a good job. I thought everyone was going to cook.
What'd you make?
I just made a pound of 90-10 ground beef, obviously nice and seasoned, some rice, some lettuce, put some Taco Bell mild sauce in it, which I didn't see anyone hate. Don't hate until you try it. It was nice and simple. Don't have too many groceries. And then I just had a cup of yogurt with some frozen fruit on it with honey on top, and I had a protein shake. Allie, thank you. Oh, wait. Gabby, thank you so much for $1. I'm trying. More money because I love you. Bring back cooking with Chris. Gabby, soon. I appreciate you. Don't feel pressured ever to donate monetarily. I love you all. It really, really goes a long way. Gabby, you're always very supportive. Allie, thank you so much for $1. Harry isn't getting any of my money in protest against the Chris hate. He wishes he was 6'7" and insanely humble like you. Jealousy is a disease.
My name's Jamar Chase. I'm fine.
No, be quiet. I could not have said it better myself. Jealousy is a disease. He wishes he was 6'7" and humble. Allie, I appreciate you always being supportive. Carly, thank you so much for $10. Thank you for contributing to my following today because I hit 10K just in time for the ban. W's Carly. You never know. We could get lucky. I really appreciate $10. It's good to see you. Mads, your responses to my Venmos are always the most awkward of all your responses. Why? Mads, 50 cents. I appreciate it. I just don't. It was like you told someone that we were cousins, and I don't know how to. I don't know. No, I'm not even trying. I'm just like, I don't know how to respond to that. Like, I'm like, oh, I appreciate. I just didn't know.
You're good, bro.
Excuse me.
You're
Matt,
good, bro.
I appreciate you. Becca, thank you so much for a send. I sent you a DM a few days ago. I would love if you could check it out when you have a chance. My user is I got you, Becca. Thank you so much for a send. You guys all fucking rock. Seriously, these are not things I take for granted. Also, Kathleen, thanks for $1.
Chris is the most humble, Allie.
I could listen to you talk all day. Oh, Kathleen, I appreciate you so much. Guys, these are not things I take for granted ever. Like, it truly means the world.
All right. I missed some on PayPal. I apologize. Haley, thanks for the $15. You're amazing. Can you briefly say why Trump would want to take Greenland? Is it random or does his tiny mind have concepts of a reason? I like that message a lot. That was really good, Haley. You kind of cooked. Yeah, I don't know. I think he hasn't given us a reason as to why. It could be for economic reasons and natural resources, but he's never told us why. He just keeps saying that he wants to invade Greenland and annex Canada.
So if you go talk to a conservative about this, because they always have to explain what Trump wants to do, it's actually because of strategics about where it's located and the type of missiles you can launch from Greenland. I don't think Donald Trump knows what the fuck is going on. So, but that would be our normal reason.
Yeah, there is no Donald Trump doesn't know anything about anything. Reagan, thanks for the $5. Love you and Chris so much. Well, I appreciate you and I love you back, Chris. Not sure. Lucas, thank you for the $33.39. Wow. Please give some W's for Lucas in the chat. Hey, Harry, love your lives. Look forward to watching them after work every day. Love from Toronto.
Yeah, W.
We love Toronto.
Wow.
Some people have. Wait.
I live in Arctic, pretty Canadian Arctic weather now.
Some people have
Harry
said
wouldn't
that,
understand.
Some people have said that Chris is scared of Toronto, actually. Haley, thanks for the $10. My best friend lost her husband from PTSD after being there on January 6th.
Holy shit. I'm actually so sorry. That was really, really bad timing for your joke. I'm really sorry.
Wait, why? I'm just trying to, because we know there were some people that lost their lives after the fact. But anyway, wow, Haley, I'm so sorry to hear that. My best friend lost her husband. That's terrible.
That's really sad.
I mean, 3 children lost their father because of Trump, and he thinks that's acceptable. A lot of people do. A lot of people look at it and they, God, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's terrible. Oh man, this country is so cooked, man. Lauren, thanks for the 25 cents. Alex, thanks for the $1 as well. I have to get up for class in 3 hours and I haven't gone to sleep. Please get some rest, my man. Please get some rest. And finally, Imlin, thanks for the $1. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly. When you run for president, can I be your first lady? I appreciate that. But hey, listen, I want to say again, I was going to
Sorry, I don't my TikTok. I'm trying to make a
I'm going
TikTok.
to quickly say again to Haley Thompson, like, please give your friend who lost her husband from January 6th, like, our best.
So I'm sorry. I was TikTok again. I didn't mean it. Haley, I'm also like very. I'm sorry. Truly. Bro, come on. I didn't mean to do that. I fucking clicked.
It was bad timing. Listen, no, tell your best friend that we're so sorry. Like, it probably won't mean anything from us, but like, you know, tell her that these like average white dudes on the internet, like, who care about this stuff a lot, like, genuinely, you know, just anyway. Sorry.
Yes, I agree. Really quick, Harley, thank you so much for $5 on PayPal. Check the guest's third video. He's saying weird stuff. I did. I saw that too late. I apologize, but I thank you for letting me know, Harley. And $5 goes a really long way. And Layla, $3. Chris, we've asked Harry 3 times for dog name ideas. Please give us one. Haley needs to name her dog. It's white and fluffy. Bill is my recommendation, but I'll leave that to Harry. Thank you so much.
Name it Harry.
And Grace, thank you.
I think you should name it specifically Harry.
Why?
Harry the dog.
Why Harry? Why Harry?
It's just kind of fly. It's kind of a sick name.
What? Why?
It sounds good, especially when you're what? Sorry.
What?
Nothing, dude.
What? What the
Nothing,
fuck
dude.
did you just say?
Nothing, bro.
When you're
good.
what, bro?
When your wife, bro. When your wife, bro. I know you're mad. I know. What's up? I'm Clouchy MAGA.
Yeah.
Okay, why? Why'd you vote for Donald Trump?
I'm gonna be honest. I kind of regretted my vote, but I don't think I should have voted for Kamala either. You know, that's how it is. Like, I don't support Trump or Kamala.
What state did you vote in, real quick?
Arizona.
I just saw your text, Chris. That hurts. Arizona. Wow. So why would you have not voted for Kamala Harris? Like, why are you saying that was a no-go for you?
Mainly the word salads. Just any interview you watched, it didn't feel like a smart person was talking, in my opinion.
Let me ask you this: if it were Joe Biden, would still a Democratic nominee, would you have voted for him?
Probably not either. He seems kind of off the rails too.
All right. So here's the thing: this whole like Kamala Harris word salad. Come on, buddy. Come on. Have you heard Donald Trump speak?
That's true. They're both lame. That's what I'm saying.
With Donald Trump, right? He talks about fictional characters endorsing him. He talks about boat sinking with batteries and whether he'd rather be on the sinking boat with the battery or jump in the water with a shark and be 10 feet away from the shark. He makes up stories. He makes up fiction, and he rambles about nonsense. Remember when he was president and there was a hurricane and he said that this hurricane is going to be the wettest from the standpoint of water? What the fuck does that mean? Yeah. What does that mean? Just today, he said, yeah, Biden banned offshore drilling of 625 million acres of the ocean. That's like the whole ocean. That's what he said. In reality, the Pacific Ocean itself is 40 billion with a B acres. You listen to this guy talk, you think this is some intelligent individual?
No. Like I said, I don't really like both of them. Is what I'm really saying.
But then, how can I understand that? But then, like, if your definitive thing is like, well, you know, or the first thing you said at least.
I'm not saying Kamala Harris says anything as crazy as Trump, more or less, but you watch her interviews and she's circling these same words over and over again. I mean, that's still kind of strange.
So, I mean, Kamala Harris was saying a lot of the same things because she was pitching policy. The policy doesn't change, you know, in a different interview, right? So she still has to talk about, yeah, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. And she's going to say that a bunch of times because that's her policy. You know what I'm saying? Whereas with Donald Trump, he never actually told us his policy. So when Donald Trump speaks, you definitely hear something in there that's new every single time, but it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mean to interrupt you here, but the reason I came up here, I mean, I've been watching your stuff a lot, man, getting all your info and whatnot. And,
thanks, man.
It's really been helping me out getting info and whatnot. But
appreciate it.
I went to do my own info on one of your videos recently on the, what was it, that Bruce guy when it shook Kamala's hand yesterday, I think?
Yes.
Do you think you were in the wrong for saying he wouldn't do that because, you know, he had the cane and whatnot, you know?
No. I think that, like, he could have easily just said to her, like, oh, I'm sorry, I have a cane in this hand, and, like, put out his other hand to shake her hand. And I thought, like, it was just wildly inappropriate for him to not do that, or at least not say anything to the vice president, being like, hey, sorry, I have a cane. I can't shake your hand, right? That's, like...
Well, to be fair, I mean, it's pretty easy to see a cane. I mean...
No, I don't actually think it is. I think when everybody's that close, like, I don't think it is. And also, like, let's just say hypothetically, or I think this to be the case. I don't think Kamala Harris saw the cane. If she puts out her right hand and his cane is occupied, it's perfectly fine for him to say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I can't shake your hand with that. My right side is bad. Can I shake your hand with your left?" Right. And he also didn't look her in the eyes. And the photo that came out, he was like scared of her. Like, he was like a foot away from her in the photo. It's very clear that he was just being disrespectful to Kamala Harris. So I've heard this from like some conservatives saying, "Oh, what about the cane?" It's like, I think that, there are better ways to approach that,
Yeah, gotcha. Just wanted to see your opinion on that. But yeah, that's basically it. I don't want to take too much of your time here because I do support you. And yeah, just good luck with everything. And
thanks, man. Well, hey, look, even if you disagree, even if you voted for Donald Trump, I still appreciate you watching. And I appreciate you having the conversation. Many people don't. So it's good. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good one. Appreciate it. What are you doing, Chris? Oh, sorry, he's muted.
What just happened?
Nothing. Kayla, thanks for the $4. My kitten Muffy sent you this message. I apologize. She's a fan, and now the Toe Beans taps will keep tapping you your whole life. Oh, that's cute. I love cats. I'm a big cat guy. Thank you again for your lives. You really helped during these stressful times. Well, Kayla, thank you so much.
Makes no difference. It becomes weird, especially in certain areas. We have so much water, we don't know what to do with it.
What?
Elise, thanks for the 1 cent.
I'm trying to make a TikTok video. I don't know if you know about that.
Oh, you were sorry. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, no, you're good, bro. You don't know these things. You're good, bro.
Elise, thanks for the 1 cent. I did not see your last Venmo. You said Chris broke my heart. Wow. Elaine, thanks for the 10 cents. Let me see it.
Whoa, bro. Oh my god. What the fuck? Wait. Go back. Whose heart did I break?
Sorry.
Who's
crazy thing to say. That is a crazy. Sorry, Elise. Elise says you broke her heart.
I don't know how I did this.
I don't know either. Ali, thanks for the $1. Humble is not in Harry's vocabulary.
Yeah, no, Harry's not.
He actually Venmo requests me every night.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
Okay. Mads, thanks for the $1. Should I order jalapeno peppers? Yes. Oh, poppers. Fuck. Yes. I don't actually like them. Logan, thanks for the 1 cent. When are you, Chris, getting married? When is your wife coming over?
Wow.
I'm just waiting. Like, I told her to come over a little bit ago, and she's I guess held up. Carly, thanks for the $11 because I sent Chris $10, but I hit 10K today, so I'm celebrating and supporting all around. Wow. Carly, I don't follow you. Can you like make yourself seen so I can follow you down there? I feel like I want to contribute to 11K. I appreciate you, Carly. Thank you. And I think, Carly, I saw you subscribe to my Instagram. What a patriot. What a patriot. That's a real patriot. Cassie, thanks for the $1. Please continue to make fun of Chris. It's part of the live. By the way, I watch all you guys and you're the best one. Well, Cassie, you're fucking awesome. And Chris can cope and seethe.
I hope you unfollow me.
Why would you say that? Lindsay, thanks for the $20. I'm 40, and because of your debates, I have vastly expanded my knowledge of politics over the last year. I'm also a veteran and went to Afghanistan twice. Unfortunately, many vets get brainwashed by their military leadership. Thank you for what you do. Lindsay, that's an interesting insight to the military. I mean, that's just fascinating. So I appreciate the $20, and thank you for your service, and thank you for your support.
Huge W's for that, and also to the last person. I was just kidding. I was making a joke.
Yeah, that was Chris's. Yeah, you'll catch on to his humor eventually. By the way, if you're MAGA, let us know in the chat. We'll bring you
really quick.
Wait, I'm not done yet. Gabrielle, thanks for the $1. Simba Supremacy. I agree. Andrea, thanks for the $10. Love your work. Keep it up. Andrea, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Aubrey, thanks for the $1. I love you, Harry. Watch your lives every night. I love that you're here. Penelope, thanks for the $1. Got accepted into HOBY today. What is HOBY? Let's look that up. HOBY. Oh, congratulations. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Good for you. Congratulations. That looks amazing. I'm genuinely not familiar with it, so you'll have to inform me, but that looks amazing. Congratulations. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal in the link in the bio if you want to support the live. we do these lives all of the time. So if you mean a lot, if you could follow, double tap the screen and all that good stuff. But of course, there's absolutely no pressure to support on Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal, all that stuff. But they are in the link in the bio for Chris and I if you are interested in them. What's up, man? You vote for Donald Trump?
Absolutely. And I'm wondering why you're such a fucking liar, dude, regarding the guy that was... You two child.
Do you have anything of substance to say, or are you just going to be like an angry little guy? Very small
two children
person.
are going to shut the fuck up long enough to let someone talk.
I just want to point out that you think that we're the children. You came up here guns blazing. You're screaming.
You get me angry. You get me angry when you come up and you're like, I want to know why you're a fucking liar, and then we cut you off, and you're like, wow, no one lets me speak.
Yeah, the liberals are silencing me.
What are you
you two little homos finished yet?
All right, bro.
Oh,
Don't say that,
now you
bro.
have to go.
Don't say that, bro. Don't say that, bro. Don't say that, bro. Don't say that. Don't say that, bro.
That guy is an incredibly, and I mean an incredibly insecure man. He's incredibly insecure in himself, so he has to do stuff like that. I'm just like when Chris and I, can this guy like stop leaving? When we talk about these people being very small people, it's because they're very small. Like genuinely on the inside, they're very, very small. So they don't know anything.
Hey, Harry.
I say that.
Everybody, like.
Oh, I'm sure this is going to be great. Let's everybody listen to this one. Let's listen to this one. This guy, what? Come on, man. Give it to us. What's going on?
Okay, Harry. I came in being cordial. Listen to you.
Really? You came in being cordial. You said, hey, Harry, what do you want, bro?
What do you think about Donald Trump making the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America?
Stupid.
How?
Stupid. Why would we do that? What is it? What problem does it solve? Whose life does it make better?
Whose life does it make worse?
Actually, taxpayers, because it costs money to change the name of this, because we have to change it on maps. We have to change it.
On a map?
Yeah. Congress has to fund that.
What's on your phone right now, Harry? Google
What's on
Maps.
my phone?
It's on Google Maps, right? It's on Google Maps.
Are you okay?
No, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm not saying that we, the government, are going to be paying for it to be changing on Apple Maps.
Well, he's going to take over the Panama Canal.
Wait, Marjorie Taylor Greene herself. Marjorie Taylor Greene. 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 I'm going to show you a clip of Marjorie Taylor Greene saying it's going to cost money to do this.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's one of your saviors, right?
The Gulf of America that I directed my ledge staff to immediately draft legislation, and we are entering it right now to officially change the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. And Congress has to do this because we have to fund the name change in maps. We have to fund the name change through all types of, like the military, FAA, et cetera. And it's absolutely the right thing to do.
So even Marjorie Taylor Greene is acknowledging that this is going to cost money. So what's the benefit? We get no benefit in terms of whose lives it makes better. We actually lose money from the government because we have to fund this now, even through Marjorie Taylor Greene's own admission. So why would we do this? Didn't you vote for Donald Trump because you want like cheaper eggs or something like that? Why the fuck are we doing this? Okay. No, I'd leave too. I'd leave too. If I were that guy, I'd leave too, man. That guy just hit the dip, man. I'm out of here. I don't want to defend this. Neither would I, man. Neither would I, bro. What you talking about? Rename the Gulf of Mexico. What? Logan, thanks for the $1 or 1 cent. I have concepts of a plan that you. Oh my god, dude. Maddie, thanks for the 1 cent. Check your Instagram DMs. I see that now. I appreciate that. Bella, thanks for the $1. My birthday starts in an hour. Can I get a happy birthday from the Debate Kings? Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Bella. Happy birthday.
I'm posting a video with the worst fit on of all time. It's kind of a strange fit.
Yours?
Yep.
Cece, thanks for the 69 cents. Opinion on pickles? I don't like pickles. I think pickles are, like, as a food, are gross. I'm not a fan.
I don't like pickles either.
Yeah. Don't worry, still love them though, says Elise. Madison, thanks for the $1. Good sir, go get your Xbox so we can play Forward and Catch. I don't have Xbox. Why would you say that to me? I have a PlayStation 5, a terrific.
But you won't, dude won't travel. Dude's Actually, I shouldn't disclose where.
But, you know, King, thanks for the $2. You, Parker, Dean, and Chris, free for all. Who wins? Obviously me,
bro.
I mean, it depends on a free for all and what. If it's like a free for all and like
do we get weapons?
Basketball, like Chris wins, obviously.
I would what?
If it was a free for all and being like shit at basketball, like Chris would win.
All right. Wow. Okay.
All right. If you're Mac, liberal insanity. Okay, let's bring up this guy.
Wait, I think. Oh, no.
Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and the link in the bio for both Chris and I. There's absolutely no pressure to support any of us. We just appreciate you being here and your presence. Make sure to drop a follow all the way up there. Follow Chris. He does lives as well and posts videos. Matter of fact, he's filming a TikTok right now. Look at that grind. He was debating on TikTok earlier today. He went live on Twitch. He's now live here, and he's making a TikTok video. I mean, guys, this guy's dedicated to the game. So give him a follow. Also, double tap the screen. Let's try to get to 700,000 likes. You guys are amazing. We love you. And I'm going to post an exclusive Instagram story right now for subscribers. All right, what's up, man? You vote for Donald Trump?
I did.
Why?
Just my opinion. I believe the world was a safer place under Donald Trump.
Why do you think that?
The last two times that Ukraine was invaded was under Democratic leadership, under Obama and under Biden. Israel was attacked and 1,200 Israelis were unalived, and Joe Biden was the president. So I just think that, and seeing what we're seeing now, I think the world's going to be a safer place under him. My opinion, I'm not saying that necessarily right. That's just why I voted for him. Mainly foreign policy this time, to be honest.
So would you not acknowledge that these invasions of Ukraine and the H group launching their attack on October 7th on Israel and then like Israel's subsequent response has nothing to do with the United States?
Would I agree that it had? No, I in my opinion, I think it has to do with feckless leadership of Democratic presidents and their foreign policy.
So you're saying that Putin invaded Ukraine because Joe Biden is what?
Well, yeah. But so Putin invaded because in 2014, when Obama said to Syria and said to Assad, if you cross this red line and you use sea weapons against your civilians, there's going to be severe consequences, and there wasn't. So that had a big role in why Putin felt like in 2014 he could get Crimea and he could get the Donbass region because there wasn't going to be any severe consequences. That's just my opinion. I think that's
I understand, but I feel like that's like a really baseless argument. So I think I agree on a tiny bit. I mean a tiny bit, in the sense that I think that what motivated Putin to invade Ukraine at no specific time, at no specific point with any specific leader in mind, was the fact that the world, not just the United States, the world didn't really come to Ukraine's aid in 2014 when Crimea and the Donbass were annexed. I think that perhaps Syria and what happened with Assad maybe played a role. I don't think as much. I've not seen any reason to believe that. And there were subsequent sanctions and things and action taken. I mean, it hasn't been great. But I don't think that Putin was factoring in the president at the time. I think he was maybe looking at that and saying, yeah, the world won't support Ukraine now. They didn't then. Why would they now? But I think it's far deeper than that. I think Russia was looking at a multitude of things. They were looking at, one, what are our European countries doing? We have France that's preoccupied with elections. Germany is switching power from Angela Merkel to Scholz as their chancellor. The Great Britain, who, a big NATO ally, and all these countries are NATO allies and supporters, but they were politically divided. They had their own elections upcoming. It was kind of chaos there as well. A new wave of COVID was hitting Europe really badly. A lot of their resources were going to this. And then, of course, the United States across the pond, we had our own political divisions. We had our own issues in the United States. And it wasn't clear that the United States was going to be able to provide aid to Ukraine because of these political divisions and a possible divided Congress upcoming. And the final thing I'll say is that what Russia emphasized to American officials in the lead up to their invasion of Ukraine was that they felt that they modernized their military enough. They increased their military spending under Donald Trump vastly. I mean, it went up rapidly, possibly in preparation for this. I don't have any evidence to suggest that, but I mean, maybe intuitively, but they increased their military spending by a lot and modernized a lot. So they felt that they were going to be able to steamroll Ukraine, the whole take Kyiv in 48, 72 hours, and they failed. So anyway, I think it's much deeper than, it's Joe Biden or it's Donald Trump or it's Obama.
I think it's a huge coincidence, and I'm saying not saying necessarily I disagree with everything you're saying. I think it's a huge coincidence that it just happened to happen when it was Democratic leadership. All these things are happening under Democratic leadership. That just seems like a huge coincidence.
Yeah, I mean, but would you then make the argument that people like FDR are responsible for the breakout of World War II, or Woodrow Wilson responsible for World War I because it happened under their presidency?
I mean, I guess you could make a claim that you could say that.
Well, I would say objectively not, right? I would say that like in World War II, Mustache Man had this militaristic buildup. There was economic strife in Germany that he was taking advantage of. He was taking advantage of people's anger and like directing it at minority groups. In World War I, there was an arms race that led up to it. There's always something before these wars and conflicts that created it. It wasn't just a sudden, oh, well, this leader got into power, let's invade now. Now is the time to go. And that was certainly not the calculus with Putin. Also, if Putin's calculus was, yeah, I'm going to invade while Joe Biden's in office because Joe Biden's there, and I'm not going to invade under Donald Trump, then that was really dumb. And Putin's not stupid, because Joe Biden has always been a big supporter of Ukraine, a big supporter of our allies, and a huge supporter of NATO.
We know that for sure.
Right. Donald Trump he's not the same. He doesn't support NATO like Joe Biden did. So I don't think Putin and his advisors, who are again not stupid, are making a mistake like that.
Yeah. So, and I appreciate that. Really, the reason I wanted to come up and just have a real quick debate, I won't take up too much of time here. It was actually a video Chris made today about the stock market and how the stock market went down 1,000 points yesterday, and somehow that was Donald Trump's fault. So I was actually wanting Chris to explain to me, because I've traded in the markets for 25 years. I'd like him to explain to me how a 1,000-point dip in the stock market has anything to do with Donald Trump, or what Donald Trump did yesterday specifically that would lead to a drop of 1,000 points.
I don't know if Chris is here right now.
Yeah, I yeah. So if he's not, and then I'll just say this. So I obviously voted for Trump, but my older brother ran Harry Reid's campaign in 2008. He was his campaign manager, and it was generally considered the best campaign management. He was supposed to lose, and my brother was the reason that he won. He was his campaign manager. So
that's impressive. Yeah, no, that as they call it in the great state of Nevada, the Reid machine.
The Reid machine. What is it, John Rolstein or whatever?
Yes, I love
whatever
him.
the guy's name is, said it was the best camp. So Chris, that was my question for you. What did Donald Trump do specifically that would cause the stock market to go down 1,000
His
points?
volume is down. He can't.
Is it? Okay.
Let me text him. Hold on.
I'm just curious about that. I've traded the markets. I'm in shorts right now on the Dow right now, but I'm curious about what would lead to that, or what policy or something.
I'll tell. I don't know. I don't know if he is a.
I won't take 2 more minutes, and if he doesn't, then I'll
there he is. There he is. He's coming.
Sorry, what are we talking about?
Yeah, so you made a video today, and you were talking about the stock market and the drop in the stock market about 1,000 points yesterday, and you mentioned something.
Yeah. So that are you talking about my video? Yeah. That video is from a few weeks ago, but yes.
Okay. But you correlate it to Donald Trump and something that
Correct.
Donald Trump did. So what did he do specifically on that day that would make the stock market go down?
Yeah, sure. So when the Fed came out and cut rates again, they announced to everyone's surprise that they were going to only cut rates twice in 2025 as opposed to 4 times like originally planned. And the reason they said that is because now all of a sudden they expect, I believe, essentially, I forget exactly the words Jerome Powell used, but essentially signaled that inflation was going to be much harder to deal with than previously expected and stick around. It was going to be harder to reach that 2% target. And the reason they did that is because Donald Trump won the election. And when he's suggesting these very widespread tariffs, obviously, like, they are going to cause inflation. And so I think the Fed had to adjust their monetary policy based on the idea that instead of moving in the same direction we had been going, Donald Trump may come in and rip it all apart. The market reacted very, very poorly that day. That was like our biggest red day since, I don't know.
So why did the market on November 7th when he got elected? Why did the market and the stock? And again, I trade the market every day this is what I do for a living. Why did it go up like 2,000 points?
Because I mean, if you trade the market every day, then you know the S&P 500 and the Dow have reached like 55 fucking all-time highs this year. So I don't think like the market going up on November 7th is like, I mean, sure, maybe you can correlate it to like Donald Trump's presidency and people being, whatever. But like for a stock market that's been like, year to date has gains of like 25 and 30%, one of the strongest years we've seen in a long, long time. Like, I'm not really concerned about I don't really see like any validity to Donald Trump, for example. Donald Trump, for example, said right after I won, the S&P 500 reached an all-time high. Well, out of 365 days last year, the S&P 500 reached an all-time high on like a fourth of them. So I don't. Whatever.
So we're gonna place the blame for it going down 1,000 points.
Well, yeah, because
Donald Trump, but when it goes up 2,000 points, it's because of other factors. That's hypocritical, to be honest.
No, it's not hypocritical. Do you like it? I think that's like a really broad way to look at my position. Do you understand why I would say it's Donald Trump's fault for the stock? Like the market was in a complete panic because the Fed said inflation was going to stick around longer, and people were like, "Holy shit, have we reached our soft landing?" And all these things that we had already kind of really secured, but now that Donald Trump has come in and suggested these broad tariffs, they're going to cause inflation. So the Fed had to adjust the monetary policy based on that. How is that not reasonable?
Well, but then how is that Donald Trump's? I mean, the Fed
because it's Donald Trump's fault. Because if he didn't want to engage in widespread tariffs, then we wouldn't be talking about inflation increasing again.
Okay, so the Fed is independent. Would you agree with that?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so how is it Donald Trump's fault if the Fed's independent?
Because the Fed had to adjust their monetary policy based on the idea that Donald Trump and these widespread tariffs are obviously going to cause inflation.
No, they're not basing whether or not they're going to adjust interest rates, the bank-to-bank interest rates, what banks lend to banks, based on something that Trump might do in the future. They're doing it on economic data that they collect from multiple different sources.
Yeah, of course. So like if they predicted 4 rate cuts in 2025, but now, but Donald Trump wins and is suggesting like very broad tariffs that could really shake up things like consumer confidence, could really shake up the job market and cause inflation, as Goldman Sachs estimated, to increase 1.5% by mid 2025. That's going to have drastic effects on things on the market in general, on everything I just said. And so I think the Fed was adjusting based on the potential for that. I'm not saying that I don't know that they say they're not. Obviously we don't know what's going to happen because Donald Trump's not in office yet. But yeah, I think that makes completely logical sense.
I don't think the Fed makes monetary policy for November and December of 2024 based on something that Donald Trump.
Okay, so then why with the market? I believe I saw. The market had an incredibly high amount of confidence that the Fed was going to cut rates 4 times. So why did they backtrack that day?
Why did they backtrack?
Yeah, I'm asking you then. If the answer is not Donald Trump's widespread tariffs, why did the Fed suggest all of a sudden, they haven't suggested this for months, that, oh wait, the 2% target's going to take a lot longer. It's possible that in 2025, inflation will be a lot more stubborn. Why'd they say that? Why?
Well, I think you just answered your question for you. So congratulations.
No. Please elaborate.
Just answered it, because the reason they drop the rates or they raise the rates is to adjust to that.
Yeah, so I'm asking you why, if the plan was to cut rates 4 times and we were moving in the right direction, and all of a sudden the Fed reverses course and says, wait a second, we actually now look at the data and think that it's possible in 2025 inflation will be a lot more stubborn or possibly go up. Why would they say that? What other possibility is there besides something like Trump's tariffs?
Well, don't you guys always claim that the first 2 years of a presidency is the other presidents?
Okay, no. That's that sounds like a Reddit headline. Can you engage on my point? Why would the Fed?
I don't know what Reddit is.
If you trade the market every single day, can you then give me a prediction for why you think the Fed decided not to cut rates as aggressively in 2025?
You answered that question. I've told you 3 times now. Do you need it?
That because you think because inflation is going to be more stubborn. So why is inflation all of a sudden going to be more stubborn when they haven't been predicting that for months?
Why is it going to be more stubborn?
Yeah. So the Fed said it's possible that inflation would increase in 2025, but we haven't been saying that for months. So I'm asking you what change? Why do we think inflation might go up in 2025?
Why inflation might go up in 2020? Yep. I know what you're going to say. You're going to say because of some.
Yeah. So now I'm asking you. I don't give a fuck what I said. I keep asking you the same.
Mad, man?
Because it's annoying how dishonest you're being. Can you just engage on my point? Why do you think inflation is all of a sudden going to rise in 2025? That's what the Fed said.
I don't think it's going to.
Oh, so you disagree with the Fed?
Yeah, is that allowed?
You don't see. No, it's not. But I'm trying to figure out if hold on a second.
That it's not allowed. You're not allowed to disagree with Jerome Powell.
This is what I'm saying. You're being purposely disingenuous and dishonest. No. What I'm getting at here is that if we can both agree that the Fed obviously very unpredictably decided that they were going to just slow down on rate cutting and say that, oh wait, inflation actually might be worse in 2025. We weren't ready for that, and then the market drops 1,000 points. $3 trillion of market cap was erased that day. It was one of our roughest hottest day since 2020. Obviously, all I'm asking for you, even if you disagree with the Fed, that's fine. I'm asking if you have any other thought process about why all of a sudden the Fed would think that inflation is going to be higher in 2025. If you don't think it's Trump's tariffs, that's fine. Can you give me just any idea of something else? Or did the Fed just make it up out of thin air? Jerome Powell, the fucking dude who prints money, just came out and was like, oh, I'm just going to make shit up today?
Well, I mean, he collects multiple different economic data from multiple
Okay, so
different
can you
sources.
tell me why you think the Fed said that?
Why I think the Fed said
Yes.
that? I think energy prices would be one.
So energy price.
Energy drives everything. Energy drives.
Brother, if you trade the market for a living, golly, I wish you the best because it's not going to be pretty. What the fuck does that? What does that?
I own 1,200 acres, and I am basically retired, and I'm extremely wealthy. So
Nice.
thank you.
It sounds like you're commentating. Now I don't like. What does that even mean?
I like
energy.
commentating. Thank you. I appreciate that.
What does that mean? Energy prices.
Energy prices?
Yeah.
Like what we pay for energy.
I know. All right. I think I'm done. I'm done with this conversation because you're like
That's
obviously.
fine. I know you are. I know you because you're not real good at it, to be honest with you. So I know.
Okay. No, Eric, you can like this guy's like literally the most disingenuous debater ever, and it's like honestly just so annoying. I don't want to talk to him anymore.
How is this? Explain to me how this is just disingenuous.
Because obviously, like I keep asking questions and you keep like answering them in like a.
No, I'm answering them. You just don't like the answer.
Okay.
That's
All right.
the-
So let's. So okay.
So you should cry a little bit more and say, "I'm done with this conversation" because you got.
Come on.
So again, like you're just you. I tried to engage. I tried to engage on a point. I tried to engage with a point with you for 20 minutes, and you couldn't give me an answer to why the Fed would all of a sudden miraculously. Can you shut the fuck up for 2 seconds?
I'm sorry, you're getting mad.
You wouldn't give me an answer for why you thought the Fed would just miraculously turn around and decide that inflation was going to rise in 2025. Besides just, I don't know, I disagree.
I said energy. I said energy.
Okay, so
prices.
how would energy prices? What happened with energy prices in the last 6 months that would make the Fed think inflation was going to rise in 2025?
I don't know the fact that oil has gone up like $3 in the last 4 days.
What are you talking about? Wait.
Oil's at $74 a barrel right now. Is at 70. Like
you're talking in the last 3 days, like from today.
Yes, I'm looking at it
so
right now.
I'm again like this the Fed. I don't like. How do you trade the market if you don't even know when the Fed is coming out and like releasing decisions about cutting rates? Like, are you crazy? This was like 2.5 weeks ago. So again, the barrel of oil being $74 is cheap as fuck. Like the barrel of oil, like 8 months ago was fucking like $130. Increasing from 70.
No, it wasn't. What are you talking about?
Barrels of oil going from 70 to 90 fucking dollars means nothing.
Wait.
That's
Now
incomprehensible.
Now you're being disingenuous. 8 months ago, oil was not.
Okay, so again, like you're engaged, you're still like engaging on these like this is what you're doing is being semantical. No, I'm not. Can you? So if I just already said that you're talking about the gas prices increasing. The price of a barrel.
We'll look up oil prices. We'll look up oil prices from 8 months ago. They were not.
So can you? I don't. So again, like you're being semantical. You're grabbing something that like was obviously being like hyperbolic on. And
Because you're not very smart. You're not very smart. You throw shit against the wall and see if it'll stick. There was
so again. Wow,
in the last
Harry, can you
18
mute this
months
guy?
was oil
Can
at
you mute this guy?
130. You're just dumb.
No, you're actually like really fucking annoying. I debate a lot, but like you're like insanely fucking annoying. Yeah, so like again, you're being semantical. Like maybe for a second, let's just say 8 months ago, can I finish speaking? Can I finish?
Dude, you gotta relax down there. You gotta relax.
Please.
You gotta give
I'm fine.
So if barrels of oil were not $130, fine. The point being is that right now you just said the Fed increased interest rates because in the last 3 days, the price of a barrel of oil has gone from $70 to $74, but obviously they increased rates like 2.5 weeks ago. So I don't know how that would relate to.
I didn't say they increased rates. I said the reason they're not
cutting rates.
Yes. Rates. Again, here you're putting. I didn't say.
I'm sorry, I misspoke. I'm relaxed
for like the fifth time.
Okay, so they see a future where energy prices are going to explode in price. I thought So why are energy prices going to explode?
Well, there's lots of reasons why they could. Strife in the Middle East is a huge reson why that could happen. I mean, you have massive oil
tariffs.
So like again, like you're not making any fucking sense.
You're telling me that if we decide that Iran's oil fields need to be knocked out off commission, that oil prices aren't going to go up.
Okay, so like again, I just don't think that this is like. I just don't think that this is like for again. for the Fed being very clear for 6 months to a year about their plan for cutting rates, and then to all of a sudden, after Donald Trump wins the election, reverse course and claim not that like, oh, they claim that inflation could possibly go up in 2025 when we've been at a steady rate of inflation dropping for a while. And that was again, very surprising to the market. And you just keep bouncing around the question of why the Fed might think that inflation is going to like increase. And these answers of like, I don't know, there's many reasons, like oil, like give me some, there's obviously, it's obvious based on how it happened and how kind of switch course it was for the Fed, that clearly it was something pretty specific. And you cannot name that. I've named the idea that Donald Trump's going to come in and engage in these widespread tariffs that are obviously going to cause inflation. You can't say anything besides oil prices, and you think that a barrel of oil going from $70 to $74 is prices skyrocketing. What do you do? When you say you trade the market all day, what does that mean?
It means I am a futures trader. And so,
wait, you make a living future trading? Okay, so you're a liar. So you're lying.
Well, how am I lying?
I don't think I think that you're lying. Like,
that's fine. You can, Chris. You can think whatever you want, man. You're entitled to think like that.
Fantastic.
Right.
I just find that really funny because I thought when you said like you traded the market, you had. I thought you had like a job, not that you were like a little child.
I find it funny that you've misspoke and you've been caught in lies multiple times in this life.
Okay, so again, you still just can't tell me why the Fed reversed course. We've already had this discussion. Obviously, like the market dropped 1,000 points in a day because the market was generally scared of the idea we're not going to achieve this soft landing.
So why did it go up?
When inflation, I already engaged on that point. I already engaged on what you said out there. So like, would you agree that if inflation increases 1.5% by the middle of 2025, like Goldman Sachs estimated for if Trump engaged in these widespread tariffs, would you agree that like the market would react extremely negatively to that news?
If inflation goes up by 1.5% in 2025,
by the middle of 2025,
the markets will react to that. Yeah,
very negatively.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, and so the markets react very negatively, and then the panic starts of we haven't hit the soft landing, and then all of a sudden businesses say, holy shit, the recession talks start back up, and then we're laying people off, and then the job market starts to slip, and all of a sudden, like again, for 2 years, for 3 years, we've been trying to avoid the death spiral of like recession. We've been like teetering on, okay, we just got to get to this point of soft landing. The recession talks have to go away, and now you just want to re-engage in them after bitching about Biden for 3 years, and the market will react negatively, and businesses will freak out, and recession talks will start, but it's fine because you trade futures and you voted for Trump. And I'm 6'9" and I play in the NBA. If you trade futures for a living, I'm 6'10" and I'm on the Lakers. I swear to God.
Awesome, man. Well, I mean, it's not a very good team, so you're not doing very well.
Okay, man.
They have LeBron James, so it's fine. They'll be just fine.
And Bronny. But so again, the problem is I answered your question. You just didn't like the answer. I said the reason why they would not raise interest rates or drop interest rates is because inflation might be a little bit harder to get down to the 1.8 to 2% that they wanted it. And the reason it might do that is because in order to get inflation down, in order to get prices down, you have to get energy prices down. I don't know why you think I'm being broad. I said energy is the biggest reason.
Because again, like why did the Fed not say that 6 months ago or a year ago as all the things in the Middle East were going on? They were very clear on this position. The market was so convinced they were going to cut rates 4 times. They'd been saying it for months. So are you telling me that like Jerome Powell fucking 3 months before this press conference just like they had not taken into consideration the potential for conflict in the Middle East? You're fucking delusional. You have no idea what you're talking about. That's delusional. I thought, and also this makes no sense. What you're saying makes no sense.
So it makes no sense that oil prices.
Why did the Fed not do something about that? Why did the Fed not suggest that 6 months previous?
Because oil prices weren't at $74 a barrel 6 months ago.
And what were they 6 months ago?
I can look it up.
Yeah, please.
They were in the 60s though, for sure.
Okay, but you understand, like a barrel of oil on the global market being $74 is pretty cheap. So
no, it's actually not.
Really?
Cheap, no.
Really?
I bought oil contracts when they were at $8 a barrel, so that's pretty cheap.
Yeah. So obviously, when was that? Late 2020.
Yeah.
Of course it was late 2020, right?
They went negative.
Yeah, I know. They went negative $34 for a day. That's why gas in the United States was $1.50. We all fucking know this, but obviously that's not sustainable. No one's making money. There's no supply and demand for oil. A regular price for a barrel of oil when the market is acting it appropriately would be between like, I don't know, $70 and $120 for a barrel. So $70 for a barrel of oil is pretty cheap. Please go look at the price of a barrel of oil over the last 2 years. And was it ever like, please? Because it's what are you saying? This is like the most incomprehensible garbage I've ever heard. The Fed saw oil prices. The Fed saw the barrel of oil raise from $60 to $74 and decided all of a sudden to reverse course that inflation was going to go up. Holy fucking shit, dude! That is incompetent. That makes no sense.
It's not incompetent to say that the reason is because food prices are reliant upon people being able to deliver that food and the products in trucks that rely on fossil fuels. Okay. And if the price of those fossil fuels goes up, then inflation
do me a favor. Look up.
I
want you to look up the average price.
I don't need to look it up, buddy.
No. Okay, then I'll do it for you, and I can make you look stupid real time.
Perfect.
Watch this. The futures traders, everyone.
That will be the first time you've made anyone look stupid.
All right, man. Cool.
By the way, Mads, thanks for the $1. She said, "Turns out no jalapeno poppers. I may be going to the emergency room."
What?
Mads, I hate to say it's a bad development. We were
so liberal insanity. Can I ask you a question? What do you think the average price for a barrel of oil was in 2018? Just guess.
2018. Gosh.
Just guess. Go. $70.
85.
It was $71.34. So
okay,
again,
what was inflation at in 2018?
I don't know. Off the top of my probably 1.5%.
Let's look. If you're gonna tell me to look, let's look that up too.
Okay.
What was inflation in 2018?
So again, like I will, but what I'm engaging on here is
I love that word engaging. Like you use it every fight. What am I engaging on? I'm engaging on this. I'm engaging on.
So you claim that like a barrel of oil being $70 is like super expensive. So like in 2018, like the inflation rate in 2018 was 2.4%. The barrel of oil was, that the gas was pretty cheap in 2018, 2017. Like what was happening there? Because like you don't understand you have no idea what you're talking about. A barrel of oil being $71 is cheap as fuck. Like what are you saying? Like I'm done with this conversation. Honestly, it's just like annoying.
Isn't it weird that inflation is about at the same percent that it was back then?
Nice, man. Nice. You have a really you're very smart. You're very intelligent.
No, you're correct. That's one of the true things you said. I am very smart. You're correct. That's why I have 1,200 acres and I'm retired.
And I'm Jamar Chase.
You're pretty good then, man. But I thought you were Piers Morgan.
Did you retire?
Don't, please, that's insulting.
Did you retire? Did you retire off future trading?
Hey, listen, Harry. I will.
Wait, did you retire off future trading?
Yeah, I did. So Harry, I will give.
Do you sell a course? Do you sell a course? Do you sell a course? Do you sell a course?
I will give you 10,000.
Do you sell a course?
No, I don't. I don't train. I don't do anything. I trade for myself.
Okay. And you retired off chat. Listen, wait. I'm gonna let you speak. Seriously, I don't want to. It's fine. I'm gonna let you talk, Terry. But chat, 4.8 thousand people, please. I'm begging you from the bottom of my heart. Do not ever try to do something like future trades like future trading for a living. It's this guy is. No. Please be quiet. I'm not even talking to you. From the bottom of my heart, I promise you, I put so much money that the individual below me is lying his ass off about that. There's a 0% chance that you're gonna do anything good trying to fucking doing future trading every day to try to make money. Please save yourself the time and the stress.
It's like more normalized gambling.
Yeah, no, it's lit. Yeah, don't. No, this guy promised this guy's lying. Anyway,
but you should be on TikTok every day making money on TikTok. That's the way to do it.
Well, engaging in politics, I think, is probably a better course of action.
Yeah.
Right?
So Harry, I will give you $10,000 if you debate Ben Shapiro for 2 hours.
I 3 hours, 4 hours. I don't care. I've said that any conservative like Charlie Kirk, Ben Shapiro.
I just want Ben Shapiro. Right? Charlie Kirk's a moron. I want you to.
They're all morons. Ben Shapiro's a moron as well.
Ben Shapiro is the smartest man alive.
Okay.
Have a nice night, boys.
Did he just say that Ben Shapiro is the smartest man alive? Ben Shapiro is a stupid man, smart man.
Yeah, I know, right?
Right? Like just like Donald Trump is the stupid man, smart man, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
No, it's that guy was like the most. That guy was like, I promise you, he was making. I put so much money that dude was lying.
Yeah, I mean, look, the people out there who say they future trade and make a bunch of money doing it.
Yeah, dude, that's like someone coming in here and being like, I'm retired. I own a bunch of acres of land. I'm super wealthy. And I did it day trading. Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, no, I retired. I have like a bunch of houses and acres.
Dude,
after,
you might as well. I'd respect
blackjack.
I know. I'd respect. You're right. I'd respect you more if you just came up and you were like, "Yeah, I'm retired because I won the lottery." I'd be like, "Dude, sick. That's great." Like, I respect that. Like, that's dope.
Probably a better chance, bro.
There is. I guarantee you there is.
Russell, thanks for the 15 cents, man. Just subscribe to you on Instagram, my man. I appreciate that so much. W for Russell in the chat for subscribing on Instagram. I just posted a story of my debate setup, and when I was looking at the story of my debate setup, I was like, wow, my setup is like crazy. Like my phone is stacked on books right now, leaning up against a lamp. I don't got any professional setup. Probably should work on that. Liz, thanks for the $5. Protest Trump's inauguration by not watching on any platform. All he cares about is the ratings. It'll be fun to see him whine about it and see the news and digital media bring up. Well, remember last time he was president, he said that his inauguration was the biggest because like nobody went. So, Liz, what I think you should do is watch the inauguration, or at least clips from the inauguration from our TikTok pages, if TikTok is still a thing at that point, or YouTube or Instagram, whatever. Link in bio. Elaine, thanks for the 1 cent. Hit me up whenever you want. I love an alluring man. What does that mean? An alluring man? I don't know what that means, to be honest. Barb, thanks for the $5.55. At midnight, it's my B-day. Well, Barb, happy birthday. Well, you might be on the East Coast, or excuse me, West Coast or Central Time, but happy early birthday if it's not yet, Barb. Thank you so much. You're amazing. You and Chris are masterful, by the way. Well, we appreciate you, Barb. Thank you so much. Bren, thanks for the $5 as well. Miss my boys. Keep cooking. Oh, Bren, you know we love you. We know we love you, Bren. You're that's a good person right there. It's a really good person. Mary, thanks for the $1.50. I watch you all the time. Adore, but wish I could do more. But just found out that I got cancer. But keep up the good work, Mary. Wow, I'm so sorry to hear that. But you're gonna fight it. You're gonna beat it. And you're gonna come out stronger. I'm so confident in that. I
agree. Huge W's.
Yeah, seriously. W Mary. Can we get some W's for Mary in the chat? Real talk. Like, can we get some W's for her? It's a good person. That's a good person as well.
I'm really sorry to hear.
Sean, thanks for the $25, man. Love what you stand for. When asking MAGA a question, ask them this. In what year was America great? Keep on fighting the good fight. They never could answer the question, Sean. They never answer the question. I appreciate the $25. Thank you so much. You're amazing. Krista, thanks for the $5 as well. Don't be shy. Rap for us. It was 8 a.m. in Charlotte. A terrific song. Because I was... Anyway. Lena, thanks for the $15. Wow. Lena, thanks for the $15. Show us the baby. Simba's not here right now, unfortunately. If he comes by, I'll make sure to bring him in, though. And what I said wow to was the fact that Kylie sent me 10 cents saying his fourth reposted video was an edit of you getting chased down by the FBI.
Bro.
What?
Nice, man. Nice.
Okay. Patrick, thanks for the $5 as well. I voted red, but applaud you when debating. Patrick, I appreciate that, man. That I always like getting messages like that. Kathy, thank you for the $50 on Cash App. Oh my God. For you give me hope for the future. Can we get some W's for Kathy in the chat? Kathy. Can we please get some W's for her? And I mean, at least at a minimum, 50 W's for Kathy. What an amazing person. I appreciate you, Kathy. Thank you a million times over. That's so kind. $50. That's crazy, Kathy. Thank you. You're wonderful. And only a few more. Elizabeth, thanks for the $1. Can you wish my granddaughter happy birthday? Her name is Avi. Avi, happy birthday. Chris says it as well. Chris loves her. We all wish her happy birthday. You're going to do great. Have an amazing day. You're fantastic. Have a great birthday, Avi. Happy birthday. And you have a terrific family member who brought that to my attention. She's great. Listen to Elizabeth. She's great. Leah, thanks for the $1. When did you get your cat? It's so cute. My older kitty cat, 16 years ago. She's an old gal. But Simba, the younger guy, like 4 or 5 years ago, he was abandoned. Both of my kitty cats were abandoned when we got them. So, and Ashley, thanks for the $1 on a PayPal. It's 6 a.m. for me. It's hard being a European fan. Oh, I know. I'm gonna eventually try to work these lives into being a little bit earlier. I know I always say that, but I really mean it. Yeah. Layla, thanks for the $3. Don't read out loud. Share with Chris. Okay. I like the name. I don't know what the issues were, but I like the name. I like the name a lot. And Jasmine, thanks for the donation as well on PayPal. I appreciate you. And finally, we're going to bring somebody else up in here a second. Rachel, thanks for the $10 as well. Don't read aloud. I see, Rachel. I don't think I ever actually did get the chance, but I will definitely do that. Oh, look at this guy. Penn State. Listen, I like this guy already off the bat because he Penn State. I'm a big fan.
Hey,
of
what's
that.
up, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you think we're gonna beat Notre Dame or what?
Absolutely.
You think so?
Absolutely.
I think I was watching them against Georgia. I think their defense was good. I think their offense. Anyway, but we'll see. Can Drew Aller do it? I don't know. We'll find out.
It's debatable. It's definitely debatable.
All right, man. Anyway, Trump voter? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Voted in Pennsylvania. I'm from New Jersey, so I'm from a blue state. And I've seen both economies. I'm obviously 19 years old. I go to school. I do think Trump is the better candidate there. I'm not here to debate which one was better, but why do you think Trump is terrible?
Yeah, for like a number of reasons. I think both him personally is just like an abhorrent person, but also his policy. So from like a personal perspective, obviously, like he's a felon. He's been found liable for assault. He committed a bunch of business fraud. He scammed a cancer charity out of funding. He had the Trump University debacle, which ended up being a scam, had to pay a $25 million fine, just like ripped people off. He has a long history of doing that. And then from a policy perspective, when he was president, he didn't do anything. He passed a huge tax cut that benefited the wealthy. He mismanaged the pandemic. He didn't actually get any major policy passed aside from the tax cuts, and he tried to overturn an election he didn't win. And now his policy is worse, like mass deportations and crap like that, and saying and basically lying to the people, saying he's going to be able to lower inflation. And I don't know what you study. Maybe you're doing business at Penn State.
Yeah, I'm finance major.
Finance. So you probably know that the president of the United States does not control inflation, and you know that the president of the United States does not control gas prices. So he lied to the nation saying he's going to do that, and then when he got elected, he backed down. So there's a number of reasons. Anyway.
No, so all right, I'll touch on the last thing because that's just fresh in my head. You saying he backed down when he became elected president. He just became elected president. He hasn't been inaugurated yet. He hasn't been in office. He hasn't been able to show the difference that he can make. Secondly, a lot of the things that you mentioned about him being a terrible person, scamming people, being found liable for different things that he did, I don't necessarily think that they're all true.
Why?
I mean, some of them are, but not necessarily all of them.
Why? Why do you think they're not true?
Like which?
You can pick whatever one you think is not true.
Okay, I don't think he should have been found liable for sexual assault.
Why not?
I don't think he did it.
Why not?
The woman that came out and said it was a huge left-wing.
The trial is not political. It's like there's either evidence or there's not, right?
Right.
There
wasn't enough evidence, and it came out 30 years after it happened.
Right. So a lot of women don't come forward when they're assaulted. I think you.
That's correct, but
right.
I know I get the whole theory of they don't come forward until.
No, it's not a theory. It's
not, yeah. It's not.
real.
It's also not theory. It's the truth, right?
What, that they don't come out until men become successful?
No, okay. Well, the reality is that like SA and Grape are the most traumatic thing you could possibly go through. And so when we look at like the stats, most women don't come out and tell, the majority of women, over 50%, don't come out and tell anybody ever. And so like, and I can imagine that in a society like this where you have fucking AJ down here saying just that most horrendous shit like that, it's probably much harder to come out. So again, like, why would you say that, bro? It's not cool.
What, that she didn't come out until he was in a presidential
No, that you're
position?
suggesting that women don't come out unless unless they're trying to ruin a man's life, when we know statistically.
No, I thought that was a theory. I thought that was what you were trying to say.
No, it's a statistical fact that most women don't come out because it's really psychologically challenging to do that, especially when you're dealing with a lot of emotions and you may feel like a lot of people won't believe you or that it was your fault. And again, when we were in a lab of 4.5 thousand people, like some shit you just said, which I know like you're probably a good person, but like the shit you just said could have the shit you just said could have like demonstrably negative effects for people in this live, people who are watching, who have gone through this, who haven't told anyone, who believe it's their fault. And you get up and you say some fucking dumb shit like that about how it's a theory, and now they're not going to go tell anyone, and they're going to continue to live with this pain and trauma. That like kind of upsets me. So
I'm saying I'm absolutely sorry. I apologize to anybody that I would have offended with that.
I do appreciate that.
I think rape's a terrible thing. Trust me, I'm not trying to offend anybody when saying that. I completely apologize.
I genuinely appreciate that, AJ. I do. I know you're a good dude. I know you didn't mean I'm just trying to be. Anyway, continue, Harry. What was your name?
All right, let's touch on another point. I'm just going to talk.
Can I just say one last thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to say one last thing about this case, and then we can touch on another point. There were multiple people who testified from the store that she was assaulted in that alluded to conditions that would allow her to have been assaulted at that time, right? There were people, E.G. Carroll's friends testified that she reciprocated the story exactly to both of them. A psychologist testified saying that, yes, E.G. Carroll demonstrated characteristics that are common with somebody who's experienced a traumatic event. There were people that testified at the trial that had been accused Donald Trump of assault in different aspects and different circumstances. There was also one of the most compelling things, I think, in this trial that wasn't introduced in evidence, but just, for the public's consumption, which is that there was the dress that E. Jean Carroll was wearing the day that she was assaulted. She preserved it all this time. They had the dress tested, and they found unidentified male DNA on the dress. The E. Jean Carroll and her team asked for Donald Trump to provide his DNA. And the thinking is, okay, well, if his DNA is on the dress, then that's very much a point in favor of E. Jean Carroll, and kind of talks about how they knew each other. At least there was an interaction. If the DNA is not on the dress, that's a big win for Donald Trump. Trump refused to provide his DNA. He would not do it. So I think the question to you, and I think we'll move on to another topic, is just sit with this. Why do you think that Donald Trump would not provide his DNA if what he's saying is true, that they never met, that he did nothing wrong, there was no assault? Why would he not provide his DNA, which would help exonerate him of something that's been accused? So anyway.
No, you make an absolutely great point. I apologize for.
No, yeah, but you don't have to apologize. I'm just pointing at something to think about.
All right, I want to talk about world peace when he was in office. Obviously, the world wasn't peaceful, but there were no new wars. And I'm not insinuating that the president has like a red button that can just start a war, end a war, whatever. But the international conflicts between other countries were peaceful at that time, considering new wars, not ongoing wars, new ones. What do you think about that? Just what do you think in general?
Sorry, really quickly. Harry, I'm about to bounce because I need to go to the gym, but is it cool if I read off a few Cash Apps and Venmos? And then
no.
All right, cool. And also, AJ, I want to say, again, there's not many people. You seem like a genuine dude. And Penn State, Notre Dame, I'll root for Penn. I don't have anyone to root for anymore, man.
Root for Penn State.
Go for Penn State.
Root for Penn State.
Are you guys favored?
I don't think so. I think we're like 2.5 point underdogs.
Oh, bro, I'll take plus 2.5. But anyway, I appreciate you being here. So let me read off a few of these, and then I'm going to bounce out of the gym. You guys are all the best. Truly, holy shit, you guys are insanely supportive. I want to be clear before I read some of these off that never take for granted, ever, from the bottom of my heart. Elizabeth, thank you so much for $1. Thank you, and Harry watching this evening. Elizabeth, I appreciate you watching. You rock. W's. Kathy, can I get 1,000,000 W's in the chat? 50 at least for $50 on Cash App. That is not something I take for granted. Kathy, your new adventure. So glad to see you. You're absolutely fucking incredible. Thank you so much. And Wise also sent $50 on Cash App. 1,000,000 W's. Truly from the bottom of my heart, this is something I wake up every day and I'm so appreciative of and thankful. I thank you so much. Gabrielle, $1 on Cash App. Thank you so much. It means the world. Tell Harry to give me Simba. I don't know.
I'm not sure I can do that.
Kathleen, thank you so much for $1. I could listen to you talk all day. That's very kind, Kathleen. You fucking rock. Raya, thank you so much for $1. Thanks for everything you do. I love your Twitch. Yo, appreciate you. We cooked today on Twitch. It was a good time. Link in bio. Casey, thank you so much for $2. Please look at the chat. It's slurs in his bios. I did figure that out too. I appreciate you, Cassie. Thank you so much. Tanya, $1. Chris, you're doing amazing, sweetie. You're very kind. I'm sorry, Tatiana. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. I appreciate you so much. It's so good to see you. Another $50. Kathleen, I love you and your content and your positivity. Unbelievable. From the bottom of my heart. I cannot say it enough. Thank you. There's never any pressure to donate monetarily. Harry and I truly means the world. You inspired me to prioritize my mental health. Mahala. I fucking big on mental health, dude. It's a hard world out here. A saying I heard, we're all doing it. You got to be easy on people because we're all doing it for the first time, right? We're all living life. All right, lastly, again, thank you guys so much. Johanna, thank you so much for $1. Thank you so much for your education. I've always been fighting internally about politics. I was raised in a Catholic conservative household and damn near raised 8 Democrats. I listen almost every day and learn so much. Yo, Johanna, I appreciate that. Is not an easy thing. A very, very hard thing. So huge W's. I appreciate you. Katie, thank you so much for $5 on Venmo. Hope you like Chicago. I'm 3 hours north in Green Bay. I hope you love it. Yo, Katie, I appreciate you. Chicago's dope. It's cold. Morgan, thank you so much for $1. Welcome to the best city in the world. I'm liking it. It's a dope place. Joel, thank you so much for $10. It means the world. Keep doing what you're doing. Huge W's. Truly, that means a lot. Thank you so much. Michelle, $25 on Venmo. Good luck in the Windy City. That goes a really, really fucking long way, guys. Truly. Again, I can't say thank you enough. You're amazing. Chicago's dope. Becca, thank you so much for a cent. Becca, have Harry read DMs. I got it. Harry, read Becca's DMs. I agree, Becca. Thank you so much. 50 cents. Hi, Chris. First time donating. I appreciate you so much. Lucy, you rock. Love your content so much, especially as someone in the South, which is really conservative. What's your favorite part of Chicago so far? Love the South. Atlanta, born and raised. I don't really have like a favorite part of Chicago. I haven't been out much. I like it here though. It's when I am
doesn't
out,
get out much.
I went to Adam Mockler's place. He has like a studio. You guys might know him on YouTube. Mockler. Yeah, he's dope. And I was like, I don't know any geography here, but I was like standing there and I was like, this is cool. This is a cool place. It's Chicago. But I'll figure it out soon. I appreciate you so much. Killer, so good to see you. $4. My kitten is now a fan of you too. Muffy sends her love and adorable pic in your Discord. We love you. Shout out to Muffy. What a beautiful. I'm sorry. Yo, I appreciate you, Killer. Thank you so much. Juliet, $15. You guys are fucking insanely kind.
Bro.
Holy
what
shit.
is this dude doing?
Hope the move has been smooth and you acclimate well. Cheers to new beginnings. Yo, Juliet, I appreciate you so much. Truly, from the bottom of my heart. I dreamt of running into you here in Atlanta, and you go and leave me, but I still love you and hope you're loving Chicago. You and Harry be nice to each other. Russell, 50 cents W's. I'll be in Atlanta a lot. If you ever see me around, say what's up, Russell. I appreciate you so much.
No, he ain't.
Good night to Tanya. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Kendra. $5 on Venmo goes a long way. You've been eating tonight. Get yourself a sweet treat or something nice. Hope Chicago's treating you well so far. Trying, Kendra. Dude, you guys are fucking insane. Okay. All right. We'll leave it there. That's all I got for now. If you have sent me a Venmo in between, I can hop on later. Please message me. I will message you also on the chat because I'm so appreciative of every single person, but I got to bounce. I got to go to the gym. I love all of you. What are you going to do at the gym, Chris? I'm going to do, so I've actually changed my split because I've learned that like I hate doing like, it's like back and buys and then, chest tries and then legs. Fuck that. Actually, I'd rather do, and the science would back this up that it's the same. I'd rather do 3 days of full body workouts. So I'm like splitting, like I'm like in the same, I'm doing like, I'm doing, but over in the week, I'm doing the same amount of rep ranges and still doing like progressive overload for each muscle group. So I just think I like enjoy it a lot more. So I have to look at exactly what I'm doing, but yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, I love you all. AJ, I appreciate you.
Yeah, good to meet you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Be safe. I'll be cheering for Penn State. You guys all rock. I love you all.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming up, brother. Appreciate you. All right, AJ. Sorry, we'll. You were saying world peace or something like that.
No new wars.
No new wars.
That's
okay. So you're saying that like I just want to be 100% clear. You're saying that under Donald Trump there were no new wars, and that's like a plus for him.
Correct.
Okay. So what I would say is that there are also no new wars under Joe Biden in terms of the United States being directly involved. There are wars that started that are completely irrelevant from the United States in the sense of like how they got started. But like Joe Biden hasn't caused any war to begin. And like if Donald Trump were in office, there's no evidence to suggest that these wars wouldn't have started under him. But what I will say is that the United States is actually directly involved in less war right now than we were under Donald Trump in terms of troops in war. And also less American troops have died under Joe Biden in combat than they did under Donald Trump. Under Trump, it was around 65. Under Joe Biden, it's been around 16. And it's also important to note that while Donald Trump didn't get the United States in a new war per se, he continued a lot of them. So we increased drone strikes 450% in the Middle East. He dropped the quote mother of all bombs on Afghanistan. Innocent civilian deaths in Afghanistan went up 330%. We bombed Syria. We bombed Yemen. We bombed Somalia. Iran attacked us under Donald Trump, injuring 190 U.S. soldiers that had traumatic brain injuries as a result. Just, a variety of different things that happened under Donald Trump. So, and also now he's talking about invading Panama and Greenland. So anyway.
I didn't think he was talking about invading Greenland. I knew about Panama because we own the Panama Canal. Not necessarily right now, but we did build it. Right. I thought he wanted to buy Greenland, not invade there. He just flew in today to talk negotiations there. So I don't know about invade would be the right word to use there.
Well, it's kind of unclear what Donald Trump's goal is there. I don't think anybody really knows. But the reason I say invade is like prior I would have said something different. But today he said he wouldn't rule out using military action against Greenland in order to take it, which is like basically an invasion. Right. So
what would you think if the U.S. were to acquire Greenland?
I don't even know. I don't know how we'd go about doing that because like there are tens of thousands of people, around 60,000 that live in Greenland.
Correct.
And I'm sure that they want their sovereignty to be respected. And also, the fact of the matter is that, the Greenland is controlled by the Kingdom of Denmark. Denmark is a NATO ally. How would that even go about? Let's just say hypothetically it would be a peaceful mean, like an acquiring through funding. I mean, it would be probably good. Greenland is rich of natural resources, and strategically it's an important location. But like, we can't just go buying countries and territories or invading and threatening other allies with military action,
I do get what you're saying, but a lot of the U.S. bases are built in Greenland. And you said the natural resources. So I don't know. I think it would be good if we were to make a deal with Denmark.
Yeah, but also if theoretically, if we owned Great Britain, that would also be great. Right?
Well, you could say that about Alaska, and we bought Alaska. You could
I think
some argument.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think Alaska is different though, but the point is that the United States having more land, especially land that has natural resources, is objectively a good, well, I won't say objectively, would be beneficial in terms of the United States having access to these resources and strategic locations, no doubt. But we, the United States, can't have an imperialistic mindset where we just go buy countries or then threaten them with military action if they don't. We want to preserve our allyships, not reduce them,
Yeah, no, I do get what you're saying there.
But
at the same time, if we were to gain the access to the natural resources from Greenland, we wouldn't have as much of a reliance on China or the Middle East for natural resources like uranium. That's just an example.
Sure. I mean, but then again, I think the argument stands. It's if we acquired Spain, that would be the same argument. We wouldn't have, we wouldn't have as much of a dependence on other countries for things we get from Spain. But should the United States threaten Spain with military action? Should we try to buy Spain? Probably not. It's crazy to me because Donald Trump always talks about running up the debt and how we're not spending enough here on the United States. We're not focused on the people. And now he's doing exactly what he accused other people of doing, which is looking outside of the United States and not focusing on any of the issues we have here. Housing costs are going up a lot, not at the fault of the president or anybody, but just they have been for quite some time. And instead of saying, hey, let's make sure that, a lot of people are housed and that housing is actually affordable for young people like myself and you, Trump is let's go fucking buy Greenland. It just, that doesn't make any sense to me personally.
Okay. All right. I get what you're saying there. I don't know that any president could I'm going to switch up the conversation. I don't know that any president could fix up the housing situation at the moment, just because it's a lot of bigger corporations like BlackRock buying houses and making it hard for people to own houses. So it's forcing people to rent. That's really just the problem, where it's driving up housing prices because they own a huge part of the real estate market at the moment, because they're able to just buy up all this and then drive up the prices so that people are renting for high prices.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's actually a way to combat that. I think it's through a multitude of things. So Kamala Harris was running on building 3 million new houses, working with developers and contractors to do that, and kind of giving them tax incentives to build certain houses like apartment buildings and single family homes and things like that in places that need it the most. But also, in addition to that, Democrats introduced a policy to block these big companies from buying up all these houses and then renting it out to people, and Republicans blocked that policy. So I think Democrats have a really good solution here when it comes to housing. On the other hand, Republicans are blocking policy that'd be good. Trump doesn't have a housing policy, and now Trump is talking about 25% tariffs on Canada, where we get a lot of our lumber to build these houses. So it just seems like Trump and the Republicans are leading us to a position where housing prices explode even further.
So what Trump was working on, I believe I was reading about it, was that he was going to put a cap on the amount that a certain fund could purchase in the housing market, so that they would be capped at a certain price. But the problem with, if you're going to make the wealthy sell off part of the housing market, it's going to crash completely, because it's going to be an influx of all these houses for sale, and then the prices are all going to drop. It would kill everything. That would make the housing market go down, but that would also hurt the economy. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, look, so what you said about Donald, first of all, I agree. There has to be a mechanism, and the policy that Democrats were proposing was not okay, well, now you have to sell up all your houses, right? You have to just give them all away or sell them in some capacity. That's not what, it was just kind of a future saying hey, this can't happen in the future. But with Donald Trump, if there's a cap or something like that to stop these big companies from doing it, I'm not opposed, whether it's a Democrat or Republican doing it. This should be a bipartisan issue, but it's not, unfortunately. So I guess I don't know if that answers your question.
It does. It does.
So I don't know.
It's just an interesting topic there.
Yeah.
Because it's a tough solution.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. I'll touch on tariffs. So what do you think about the UNO
tariffs?
Well, what is your opinion on them? Because I understand why he wants to impose them. Why do you think that they would hurt the American economy? Because I'm just assuming that's what your standpoint would be.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why Trump wants these tariffs. I mean, if he is going forward with the tariffs that he's proposed, which is like 25% on Canada and Mexico, a further 10% on a further 10% on China, and he kind of alluded to more tariffs being included in a big bill that Republicans want to pass. All it's going to do is raise prices for the American people, right? Like targeted tariffs, I have no problem with. You want to target a certain industry like Joe Biden did with electric vehicles coming in from China, no problem. But when we have broad tariffs across the board, inherently tariffs are inflationary. A tariff's goal is to raise the price of something to make people buy American. But having that be across the board would greatly hurt us. That's the conclusion of virtually every major economist out there. So it just makes no sense to me.
All right, so imposing the tariffs would essentially divert the manufacturing of goods to the United States, because it would cost more to produce from China or from Mexico or from all these other countries that he wants to impose tariffs on. It would cost more to manufacture in those countries than it would in the United States. Now, if you move production to the United States, it creates jobs, it creates money, it helps the economy. Obviously, you're going to need manufacturing jobs, factory jobs, every job across the board. It's going to help the economy. That's just my basic opinion on it. I guess you're saying that you're going to see an initial drawback where the economy might be in a slight recession. I don't think that it will be, but essentially it should help the economy where it creates jobs, and it moves all the manufacturing to the United States, like cars and other industrial things.
Yeah, I mean, like, I just kind of disagree. I don't think there's much evidence to suggest, like, in the long term, the manufacturing is going to move to the United States or like will. I think what's going to happen is that we're going to see a major spike in prices for a couple of reasons. Number one, we can't move all these industries over here automatically. Apple has a lot of their factories in China. They're not going to be able to just move their entire operation here to the United States in like a year. It's going to take quite some time. And think about all the other companies that import things from China. Think about the local companies that import things from China. It's going to be like incredibly difficult, probably impossible to do that. And along with the fact that like the theory is that the free trade has led to like cost or goods in the United States to cost less because we have to be competitive with foreign countries that are importing their things. So American producers are saying like, hey, we're going to sell this apple because foreign producers are selling the apple at like $2.10, so we'll sell it at $2. If there's no foreign competition, there's nothing stopping these companies from saying, well, okay, let's raise our prices and have a higher profit margin because there's no foreign competition because tariffs have basically taken them out. And that's another thing. And also, I think it's a lot of the things we the United States don't have the capacity to make a lot of the things that we're talking about. So when it comes to fruits and vegetables, we get a lot of that stuff from Mexico because we can't grow it in the United States, or it's not preferred to grow in the United States. Anyway, there's a lot of things to think about with that. I think I could bring myself to vote for somebody like that. And if the Republican on the other side was like Chris Christie, who used to be the governor of New Jersey, I'm sure you're familiar.
Yeah.
Who's like pro-Ukraine, pro-NATO and things like that, I'd probably hate it, but I'd probably vote for Chris Christie in that instance. So that's the only time I could see myself like voting for a Republican. I'd really hate it though.
Interesting. That's an interesting point there. What about Vivek? What do you think about him?
No.
Absolutely not, really.
Absolutely not. Absolutely. He has a lot of crazy policy. He's super MAGA, like super in line with Donald Trump. But one of the craziest things he said was he wants to get rid of the FBI. That is so preposterous.
I read that, but I don't even think that's possible. I don't want to know. It's physically possible.
I really don't want to know, you know?
Yeah.
So like, I think like all the people around Donald Trump just suck. Like, I don't think there's anybody redeeming around Trump. I think they're really, really disastrous for the United States. Like genuinely like suggesting getting rid of the FBI is, whether it's possible or not. I mean, it definitely could be because you could just fire a bunch of people. But just suggesting that shows me either one, you have no idea what you're talking about, or two, you're actually like rooting for the downfall of the United States, because without the FBI, we wouldn't be able to stop like these crime rings, people who do bad things to kids, people who take the lives of other people, terrorist attacks that are planned. I mean, it's remarkable how much the FBI thwarts in silence. They never like publish this. They do a lot of their work in quiet. So
Correct. That's correct.
But yeah,
I don't know. I don't have much else.
All right.
I appreciate you talking to me. I mean, I've been getting ripped apart in the chat. I'm watching down below. It's fine.
Yeah, that's the internet, man.
It's what it is.
Nah, you're a good dude, man. I appreciate, as Chris said, like I appreciate the conversation.
No, absolutely. Obviously, we don't agree on a lot of things, but
for sure.
Thanks for debating. Have a good night, man.
And I'll be rooting for Penn State as well, man.
Appreciate it. See ya.
All right, man. Have a good one. Reed, thanks for the $1. How much longer on the live before Peloton? I'll be getting there. Don't worry. Well, I actually won't be doing Peloton tonight. Lena, thanks for the $5. I have dibs on Simba. That's right. Lena has laid some dibs there. Abby said $1. No need to read out loud, but I'll read it anyway. Low-key in favor of earlier lives. I think a lot of people are. Bex, thanks for the $15. It was my birthday Saturday, and my wish was for us to go on a date. I'll be in New York the 25th. Keep up the good work, guys. Here's some money for a better debate setup. Thank you. I appreciate that. Jennifer, thanks for the $10. What? Wait, can you send me a screenshot of what that looks like? What do you mean waitlisted? What? I don't know what that means. Waitlisted. I wish. Okay. I want to like read that out to people just in case I want to see if anybody had the same experience, or I'll just ask. Jacqueline, thanks for the $1. Go Commanders. Jaden Daniel, Rookie of the Year. Thank you, Harry, for all that you do. It means a lot to me. Listen, I'm not a Commanders fan, but I actually like the team. I'm a Giants fan. Some of my family supports the Eagles. Some of my family supports the Giants. I know that's like basically criminal. So I don't mind any of those teams winning. Again, I know that sounds criminal. But I also don't mind the Commanders. I like the Commanders as a team, man. I like Jaden Daniels. I like Terry McLaurin. I like their story. You guys just have bad owners, unfortunately. Emily, thank you for the $40. Oh my God. Can we get some W's for Emily in the chat? Damn, Emily, I appreciate you. Wow. Thank you, Emily. Harry, I've watched you every single live since the election. Some of the guests you have genuinely make me concerned for our future. Thank you for educating people day in and day out. I can't imagine how exhausting that may be. Love from Vancouver, Canada. P.S. I downloaded PayPal for the first time to support you. I have no idea if I did this right. Well, Emily, you did it just right. I appreciate you so much. That's so kind. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your support and downloading PayPal specifically. That's remarkable. I appreciate you a lot. Thank you. Kira, thanks for the $2 as well. Just came in on Venmo. Harry, let's link next time I'm in New York City, please. After next week, I'm going to need a serious break from DC. Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine how fucking crazy DC is. I can only imagine. Jill, thanks for the $5. Can you read House Resolution 7 and give your opinion? This is freaking me out. Whereas healthcare for women should also address the needs of men, families, and communities as it relates to women's healthcare. I don't know. Yeah, I'll definitely give it a read. I'm not 100% sure what that means. Elizabeth said $1. I'm also waitlisted on Instagram. So I told people to subscribe to my Instagram, but people are waitlisted? What does that mean? Anyway, I'll look into that. And then I'll promote it again. Jason, thanks for the $25 that just came in. State from Jafer and Jason K. Your patience cannot be taught. Yo, Jason, I appreciate you so much. Thank you. You're so incredibly kind. I appreciate that. But yeah, I think I'm going to wrap up the live there. Maybe just like sit and chat for a second, because I'm not doing Peloton tonight. Reason being, I did two days in a row, 45 minutes. And like when I do Peloton, you know, I'm trying to go hard. So I'm trying to like rest the body a little bit, or at least for now, until I haven't been lifting recently because I don't have a gym near me where I am right now. So I have to anyway get back into that soon. So trying to just rest for the time being. But why? What is it? Is anybody else waitlisted? I gotta figure this out now, man. What the hell? Waitlisted. What does that mean? Anyway, I'll figure it out. I'll look into it. If you want to subscribe on Instagram, I am waitlisted for what? You missed my Venmo. Did I miss it? What's your comment on it? Comment on it. I'll make sure to see it. I don't think it. I think it means the requests aren't accepted, but I don't like accept requests. Does anybody know anything about Instagram that can help me? Because I don't know anything about the subscriptions, to be honest. I just started because like TikTok possibly getting banned. Anyway, listen, before we wrap up the live, make sure to follow on TikTok here. We do these lives all the time. Also, follow on all the platforms. Oh, Jennifer said, sent you a vid. Jennifer, I appreciate the $5. Sent you a vid from IG account, The Beauty From Within. I'll make sure to check it out. Can you also drop your Instagram username so I can look it up easier? But yeah, make sure to drop a follow on all the platforms. Drop a follow on all the platforms: Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Threads, Snapchat, all these different platforms. All of them are linked in my bio. It would mean a lot if you go follow over there. Just in case TikTok gets banned, definitely go support over there. And the debates will be moving to YouTube, theoretically, if TikTok does get banned. But aside from that, what else? Yeah, follow on all the platforms. Oh, have a great day tomorrow, guys. It's a Wednesday. So have a great day. If you have work or school or whatever it might be, go kill it. You'll do great. And I'm rooting for you, all right? I'm rooting for every single one of you. Do me a favor, raid these people. We have Isaiah Martin is live right now. Isaiah R. Martin. That's my good friend. Go raid him. Go say hi. We have Good Troubles live. Dom2Fly, Pickles GG. Go raid all of these people. I think all of them are doing TikTok live debates. I know Isaiah is doing TikTok live debates. I imagine Good Trouble is. Don't know about Dom2Fly and Pickles, but I imagine that they are too. So go say hi to them. Go tell them hello. Santana is also live right now, by the way. If you want to go check it out, Santana. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Santana is Dom2Fly. So I bet he is doing TikTok debates. Go say hi. Go say we appreciate them. Go say Harry Raid. Fill the chat with Harry Raid, Harry Raid, Harry Raid. Let them know that I sent you. Let them know that I appreciate you, and let them know I appreciate them and all the work they're doing. I'm gonna slap my desk harder progressively. Anyway, sorry. All right, everybody. We will talk soon. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being back here. You're amazing. I love you, and we'll talk soon. All right. Bye, everybody.